Jr. spending several hours on Capitol Hill at a Senate hearing where he defended efforts to make America healthy again, including policy changes and firings. Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren among the Democrats calling for him to resign, accusing Kennedy of putting Americans' health at risk.
The biggest flashpoint was Kennedy's controversial guidelines on who can receive a COVID vaccine this fall.
Everybody can get access to them.
No, they can't walk into a pharmacy the way they could last month and get access.
It depends on the state. It depends on the states.
A year ago,
but they can still get it.
Mark Warner, the Democratic senator from Virginia, he asked Kennedy at one point how many people died during the pandemic. And Kennedy replied that he did not know. Warner was absolutely incredulous at that answer, saying you should know as Secretary of Health and Human Services.
Fox's Chad Pergram. Kennedy says he doesn't think anybody knows. A different Senate panel hearing from the president's nominee for a Fed seat.
Stephen Myron, head of the White House Council of Economic Advisors, told the Senate Banking Committee if confirmed to the Federal Reserve, he'll preserve its independence and serve the American people to the best of his ability.
In my view, the most important job of the central bank is to prevent depressions and hyperinflations. Independence of monetary policy is a critical element for its success.
Myron shares President Trump's view that the Fed should cut interest rates, but clarified,
if confirmed, I plan to dutifully carry out my role pursuant to the mandates assigned by Congress. My opinions and decisions will be based on my analysis of the macroeconomy and what's best for its long-term stewardship.
The seat was vacated when Fed Governor Adriana Kugler stepped down last month.
Fox's Jenny Cosola. Washington, D.C. is now suing to end what it calls an illegal military occupation as a federal crime crackdown continues. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
He was arrested for 2 Monon Trail attacks. It's sunny and 68 degrees in downtown Indy. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:02. Police say Larry Durson Jr. now faces 11 charges for that. Despite his record, some trail users say his arrest does not make them feel safer.
Feels good knowing that they actually did something and just let him go. Like in most cases, I think they kind of do let perpetrators like that get off the hook pretty easily.
And in an unrelated incident, Monroe County Police say a man attacked someone near Grandview Elementary earlier this week and then ran away. A Madison County mom believes the city of Anderson is not doing enough to address the water issue. Jeanette Cruz explains why.
A Madison County resident has been dealing with a discolored water issue, but city officials have told her the water is safe to use.
You know, I'm told by the town every single time I call that I can drink the water. And I was told by Item Drinking Water to never drink yellow water.
Bree believes it's tied to a lack of oversight at hazardous waste sites in the area.
I have to hope and pray my bath is clear when I turn on the bath for my kids at the end of the day. And I use bottled water to cook with.
She also learned that a nearby Superfund site had uncontrollable emissions leading to a state warning. She believes these problems are contributing to a public health crisis that officials are not addressing. Jeanette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Indianapolis Colts quarterback Daniel Jones says he is excited to start off the season on Sunday as they take on the Miami Dolphins. Jones says quarterbacks are judged by wins.
I think we have a group of guys who are all kind of focused the same way. So I know we've put in a lot of work, and you know, I know we're all excited to go.
He added how he earned the trust of his teammates and how he can continue to build on it.
I think just showing up and coming to work every day, trying to improve and growing my understanding of the offense and build chemistry with guys. I think you're always developing that chemistry and that trust with guys.
And at halftime, the Colts will be honoring the late Jim Irsay, their former owner, by adding him to the Ring of Honor. Kickoff is at 1 o'clock. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:04.
Zillow ranks Indianapolis number 2 among 2025's hottest markets. Home values have risen and are holding strong. Now is a great time to sell. Hire the team with proven systems to maximize your equity. Sell your home with Mark Dietl. Maybe you want a fast, guaranteed, no-hassle home sale, but don't want to give up hard-earned equity to do it. Mark Dietl guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed-upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. Listen to what Sarah in Fountain Square had to say about working with Mark Dietl. After investing in a property in Fountain Square, I ran into some financial trouble and needed to sell the place fast for maximum dollars. I hired the Mark Dietl team, and they were able to sell my property within weeks over list price. Call the local Indianapolis agent I trust and recommend, and the agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. Call Mark Dietel at 317-755-4232 for all the details, or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark, DIETEL.com. Tell him Rob sent you.
You've got WIBC traffic at 3:05. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, westbound 70 crash after rural, blocking 2 right lanes, causing stop-and-go traffic back to Sherman Drive. Southbound 6570 delayed 7 minutes from the north split to the south split. Eastbound 70 stop-and-go after Harding to Meridian, Illinois. Traffic sponsored by Aleve. Traffic and body bang can slow you down, but don't let the pain stop you. With just one pill, Aleve provides up to 12 hours of pain relief, so you can keep moving. Use as directed. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now here's the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Mostly clear, quiet and cool tonight. Lows will fall to 53. We'll go with a partly cloudy sky on Friday. Just a slight chance for a shower late with highs near 77. This weekend looks good. We'll see a few morning showers possible on Saturday. Partly cloudy, highs near 72. And sunny and 72 on Sunday. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it. Wait a minute, Hammer. Have we found common ground? All city, county council members uniting against one thing?
That's it.
That's
Bob
it?
Osley, Brian Mowry, you name them. They're all coming together.
They are playing Ringing Around the Rosie. They are singing Kumbaya. And it all has to do with the big Google data centers coming to Indy. These evil data centers we keep on hearing about.
When it comes to crapping on the data centers, you're getting that predator high five from Michael Paul Hart and Jesse Brown. They're all coming together to crap on these data centers.
What is the reason why they don't like the data centers, the million square foot buildings filled with nothing but servers and hard drives and computers recording your every movement and word?
Well, it just sucks the bejesus out of your resources.
Yeah.
Like, we had the governor in here a couple weeks ago, and we were talking to him about the data centers, and he made it known that, yes, it's something that America eventually is going to have to figure out, because AI is basically the next big thing in this country.
You want China taking all over this stuff, right?
But in a place like Indiana, they need a lot of water, they need a lot of farmland, and it's only offering like 50 jobs.
What do you need? What do you need the water for specifically? Like in a million square foot warehouse, I could understand, drinking fountains and toilets.
Well, I think it's more than the drinking fountain. I think we're talking some water power, hydro power here.
Okay. I didn't know if, just spring through a cooler.
They got White River down there. What the hell? This is when the governor was on our show a couple weeks back, and we asked him about the data centers.
Data centers, if you don't have them, you're not going to be competing for whatever AI is going to do for us. And if we aren't to AI first, China will be. We're the leading edge on that technology, but data centers come at a high cost. One large data center can use 5% of the electricity we totally produce as a state, a gigawatt. A gigawatt will only produce 20 for all current businesses and households. So, and they take 3 to 5 years minimally to set up a new generation facility, probably natural gas. And until we probably get our hands around small modular reactors, the safe form of nuclear that powers aircraft carriers and submarines, we won't be in a place, nor will any state, not to mention they use a lot of water. So we only have a third of our counties that got enough water to do it, and then everyone is short on electric generation.
I was, honestly, when the governor was sitting here and he said gigawatt, I was 2 seconds away from saying, what the hell is a gigawatt?
To which my follow-up would have been, giga who? Giga what?
Boy, these data centers sure use a lot of water.
Yes.
Again, you got a million square foot warehouse. That's a lot of toilets.
And it's 50 people working.
Yeah, that's right. That's the other thing.
It's taking so much juice for these things to function.
But you're getting a lot of tax, getting a lot of money for the cities and towns.
But they're also getting such a kickback, like such a break on the taxes. It feels like if you're going to suck up that much in resources, maybe you should pay the regular taxes. Like if you're going to drain us of our resources, you're paying the regular taxes here. 50 jobs isn't worth that. And I can't believe that our council got together in unison and planned to give it the thumbs down. Now, the official vote isn't until September 22nd. And what we've seen from the City County Council, example being Councilor Krista Carlino, you can have an opinion one week and the next week it's something totally different. But it still looks like they're going to have enough votes to say no thank you to the big Google data center coming to Indianapolis.
Was she the one that apologized for pointing out the bad behavior coming out of Mayor Hogshead's administration?
Right.
I'm sorry for pointing that out. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Can you let me back in the caucus?
Right. In a 7-day span, Councilor Krista Carlino went from sexual harassment is bad.
Resign.
And those who had a hand in it should not be in power. To the very next week, well, those chicks had it coming. I mean, like, that's in essence what happened here. The powers that be spoke to her, and in 1 week, she flip-flopped on that thing totally. Which makes you wonder, what kind of dirt does Boss Hogsett have on these people? Because he's a dumpster fire. I'm sure everybody's got dirt on that guy. I mean, he is a walking used cigarette butt, that guy. But yet, for whatever reason, he's running that thing like a mafia don, and everybody bows down to him. So it's going to be interesting here, because Boss Hogsett wanted this thing. Now, there may be a little economic kickback going on here, because Jacob Stewart of the Indy Star reported that the city pays $1 million for consulting to Indianapolis Economic Development. And that's chaired by one Boss Hogsett. And he was organizing the meetings between counselors and the executives at Google pushing for this Indianapolis, Franklin Township area data center. But now all the counselors have got together and they're singing Kumbaya, the one thing they can all agree on. We'll see what happens to old Michael Corleone, Boss Hogsett, over in the mayor's office. Now, Rob Kendall made a great point. It's great that the counselors all agreed and got together on this. Now, showing that we can cross party lines and agree with each other, can we get back to the sexual harassment investigation? Can we get back to finding out where Joe Hogsett was during the first night of the riots?
Well, Hammer, there were firms brought in. There were investigative firms brought in for both of those incidents. And they came back and said, nothing to see here. Please disperse.
So Joe Hogsett paid for a report, and the report came back to the dude that wrote the check and said everything's fine. Okay. Anytime there's a report that's been put together by the fine folks that surround Joe Hogsett, this is what you get. My favorite one was during the riots. They wanted the post-mortem of the riots, right?
Yes.
They had some East Coast, like New Jersey group put a report together, and it came back and said the real problem was that during riots, the police showed up in riot gear. That was the report.
Yeah.
We paid for that.
I can see that becoming somewhat of an issue.
How dare you police officers show up to a riot in riot gear?
Remember they were getting mad like when other controversial decisions would come, like was it Brawley, Tijuana? I forget her name. I'm sorry, the woman in Kentucky. In Louisville, that decision came down, and we started boarding up the windows here in Indianapolis.
Correct.
And there were liberal opinion writers, and there were liberal, and there were, and Joe Hogsett himself said this sends the wrong message to the protesters,
right?
To the rioters,
not your business community or your citizens.
Yeah.
Boarding up your windows to protect your business sends the wrong message to somebody that might want to throw a brick. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Hey, big news. Nobody won the Powerball jackpot last night. I was convinced I was going to win. Starting to regret that big dump I took in my boss's desk last night. But nobody won. It will now be at least $1.7 billion for the next drawing. This would be the third largest U.S. Powerball jackpot in history. $1.7 billion. Now, great moments in winning money history. A man in Oregon, he won the Publisher Clearinghouse sweepstakes back in 2012, right? I don't think it was ever proven that Ed McMahon would go up to somebody's porch with a check. It's one of those Mandela effect things. But those are the people, the Publishers Clearinghouse people. And they agreed to pay him $5,000 a week forever. That's an annual $260,000 budget. But this year, the check never came. That's because this past April, Publishers Clearinghouse filed for bankruptcy.
Oh, no.
And at least 10 former
they didn't
winners.
let him know?
10 former winners of their Forever Prize will no longer get payments. Here's John talking about losing out on his money.
I thought, why didn't they give me a heads up? Hey, we're going out of business, you know? But no, it's like somebody just cut the cord, sold my jet ski, sold my trailer. I had a little bit of money left over, and that's what I'm living on right now. You know, I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose my home.
You had $5,000 a week forever, and you're going to lose your house.
Free money coming in.
These people don't know how to do it. And just one correction. I was talking about the Louisville murder where people were boarding up their windows here in Louisville. That was Breonna Taylor, not Tawana Brawley. Tawana Brawley was the rape hoax thing.
I thought I caught a Tijuana in there at some point. I was just going to let you roll.
Tijuana. Yeah, but I just wanted to make sure we correct ourselves and we acknowledge our mistakes for the most part on this show.
Right. Speaking of Tijuana, a man that uses the name Tijuana Flats when he checks into shady hotels, Matt Bear.
Oh, I love it. Westbound 70 into the North Split crash, blocking 2 right lanes, causing stop-and-go traffic back to Sherman Drive. Southbound 65 at 70, construction delayed. North Split to the South Split for 8 minutes. Eastbound 70 now slow from the west side after Harding into Meridian, Illinois. And inbound 65 slows from 21st to Meridian Penn. Crash Fishers, 116th Street at IKEA Way. Traffic sponsored by Fresh Time Market. Fresh Time Market is inviting you to try a new flavor, dish, or snack. You might just find your next favorite inner shortcuts to power through cooler days and packed schedules. Fresh Time Market tastes like fall, feels like home. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Look at the bright side, Nige.
Yes.
You freezing up and calling that chick Tijuana made people forget that you thought all the water was for the toilets at the data center. See? It's a blessing.
Tell me what the water's for, and unless you can convince me otherwise, I think it's for the toilets and the water fountains in those 1 million square foot data centers. Tell me what it's for.
68 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. We haven't had one of these in a while.
What's that?
An O'Reilly factor.
Oh, Bob Zany?
Bob Zany.
Oh, comedian Bob Zany calling in.
Next.
Yeah.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 today.
When it comes to retirement, it's not just what you've saved, it's what you keep that matters. Howard Bailey Financial invites you to join our free educational event featuring nationally recognized IRA expert and CPA Ed Slott, where he will focus on strategies to help reduce unnecessary taxes, avoid common mistakes, and plan smarter for the years ahead. This event is ideal for anyone in or nearing retirement who wants to make the most of what they've saved. Reserve your spot at the Forum in Fishers on Thursday, September 11th by calling or texting ED to 888-262-1104. Space is limited, so reserve your spot today by calling or texting ED to 888-262-1104. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
It's time to pack up the summer supplies. Beach chairs, pool gear, umbrellas or tents, canoes. Where are you going to store it all? Probably someplace like your basement. If your basement has things like condensation, wet floors and walls, musty smells, mold, and rot, Indiana Foundation Service can help. These signs may mean your home is due for basement waterproofing. The experts at Indiana Foundation Service know what works and what doesn't, from wall anchors to vapor barriers and sump pumps and dehumidifiers. They've seen it all and can do it all. Crawl space encapsulation too, making that a safe space for added storage. They'll work with you to find the permanent solution your basement and crawl space needs to stay dry year-round. Visit IndianaFoundation.com for a free inspection and no-pressure quote today. Indiana Foundation Service will find the cause of the problem and fix it once and for all. Indiana Foundation Service. There's a reason they are the trusted local experts.
Indiana Foundation Service. Reliability from the ground up.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu. An Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
At Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center, you'll find a team of experts on your side, all working closely to give you the guidance and support you need.
Everyone knew what every other doctor was doing. I didn't have to go to 3 different meetings. I didn't have to talk to them individually. You knew right there in the room. They came up with a plan together.
Learn more about Community MD Anderson at ecommunity.com/cancer.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Whether you're a construction pro during the week or just want to work like one on weekends, Quality Supply and Tool is the place for you. Right now at all 4 locations, Indianapolis, Jeffersonville, Bloomington, and Lafayette, Quality Supply and Tool will save you $250 on Milwaukee's M18 Fuel 5-tool combo kit. And buy a select M18 Fuel impact wrench and get an M18 Red Lithium XC5 battery free. That's over $200 in savings. Price is good through November 2nd while supplies last. Quality Supply and Tool thinks outside the box store.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Kirby Heating and Air, your American Standard air dealer, serving Hendricks and surrounding counties.
I think I'm going to go to the restroom and take a big Joe. Why don't you talk in the microphone?
Please welcome our friend and my friend, Bob Zany.
Why are those health studies? They say eating an apple a day can make breathing easier. Tell that to the pig at the luau.
Oh, really?
Factor.
Let's get right to it. Hillary Clinton's campaign manager has not ruled out a woman-woman ticket. He said we'll actually start with a broad list.
Oh, really? Factor. With comedian Bob Zany. Exclusively on the Hammer and Nigel Show. 93 WIBC.
Your buddy, my hero, Bob Zany, on the hotline for an Oh Really Factor. All new edition. Bob Zany going to be at Belterra Casino and Resort this weekend, Florence, Indiana. Just a hop, skip, and a jump, Bob. Not very far away at all.
Nope, I'm going to be there with Kostaki Economopoulos and Greg Hahn. We're doing a big tribute show to the late, great Donnie Baker. And then if people are headed out to Vegas every Tuesday, I got the big Zany Comedy Talk Show. How about that?
Wait, you got a residency out there?
It's a residency every Tuesday. If you go to bobzany.net, I got the whole lineup there. I know you'll put something up because you're very giving. Thank you, by the way, for the intro. It made me realize you didn't lose that cart.
Had to dust it off just a little bit, but
it's been a while since we've had an Oh Really Factor. How about it?
Well, let's get right to it. 85-year-old Nancy Pelosi spoke to a forum to get the young people to vote. They called it Voters of Tomorrow, and they called her Ghost of Christmas Past.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Really?
Right next door, since I live in Vegas now, in Arizona, the governor, Democratic Governor Katie Hobbs, has vetoed a bill that would stop communist China from buying land near military bases. He told reporters, I just couldn't go against my party.
Oh, I see what you did there. I like it.
Really?
Really?
The U.S. has sanctioned 6 Chinese officials, including Security Director Dong Jin-Win. Dong said, I can always go back to directing gay porn.
That could have went a number of directions. I was on pins and needles waiting for it. I was.
There you go. Good news. Bad news.
Okay.
Here's the good news. A report from the Swiss bank, 10% of Americans are now millionaires. The bad news is that's before taxes.
Oh, really?
No, really. And in Las Vegas, right here, Bernie Sanders, this happened a couple months back, but I love it still. Bernie Sanders and AOC spoke to supporters at a rally in North Las Vegas, which is a real crap area. The crowd was estimated at over 800 people and 5,000 cats on leashes.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Really, huh?
In Britain, King Charles has ended the service of the royal train after 156 years. A spokesperson said the royal train should not be confused with what Prince Andrew did on Epstein Island.
Oh, really?
Really?
Really? Huh? How about
Well,
that?
there you have it. That's my look at. I'm going to do one more. I got one more.
One more. Encore.
New York Mayor Eric Adams' advisor claimed a potato chip bag stuffed with cash that she gave a reporter was actually just a birthday gift. Bet you can't bribe just one.
Hi-oh! Really?
There it is. The Oh Really Factor with Bob Zany. So tell me about the show at Belterra.
Belterra is going to be a great show. It's at the casino there. You know, I checked my records. I've been going there since like 2002. It's a great place. You guys been there, right?
Oh, yeah. I played some blackjack there.
Beautiful.
Yes. In fact, I still have your photo up where you're not allowed to play blackjack there.
They got my money there, too, Bob.
Well, that's what you do. Well, I live in Vegas. People come here to win, and I go, do you think they'd still be up?
Where are you at in Vegas? Where's your show at?
My show's at Delirious Comedy Club. It's in Hennessy's on Fremont Street in downtown Las Vegas. Have you guys been to Fremont Street?
Oh, yeah. I love Fremont Street.
It's a lot of fun. We're right across the way from the Heart Attack Cafe, next to the zip line. They call it Slotzilla.
Yeah.
It's really, and there's a place, well, I'm not going to say it because you might get in trouble. But anyway, point is, it's a great show. We've had a lot of guests come on the show, and people are really digging it. It's the Tonight Show format. I'm not going to lie. It's me going out doing a monologue. I got an announcer sidekick.
Do you have to go out to Vegas to watch it? Can you watch it online?
Well, we're at my YouTube channel, the official Bob Zany channel. We are putting up clips. In fact, today I just tweeted out a clip. In fact, I'm going to retweet with the Hammer and Nigel handle if you guys are still on the Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They call it the X now, Bob.
Yeah, I know, but it's still the Johnny Carson program. So some things you just can't walk away from, okay?
And how can we do how can we get to Belterra Casino tickets?
I would just say go to Belterra. I'm sure they're for sale there.
Okay.
And I will tweet out the information. And by the way, my Dry Bar comedy special with all my stand-up videos, now over 42 million views.
Let's go.
Unbelievable.
Let's go.
Unbelievable.
My man.
Yeah, so if you go to YouTube and just put in Bob Zany Dry Bar, the special comes up. On that alone, it's over 9 million views. So across all social media platforms, I'm taking the country by storm, and I still have time for this little show.
Bob Zany, the O'Reilly Factor, performing Belterra Casino and Resort this weekend. Bob, we always love having you on, my man. Good luck.
Can I real quick just tell you, I have not done any of those jokes anywhere else. So these are prime jokes for you kids alone, okay?
Very special.
The Epstein Island jokes are just for us. Fantastic.
That's right. And who's the happiest guy in the world? You guys take care. You're the best, baby.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago Senator Dick Durbin. And now Dick Durbin has a new scheme, a government takeover of your credit card. Today, consumers have thousands of choices in credit cards, all with equal, strong security. But Durbin's plan is less competition and less security. And that means more risk for your credit and your identity. Tell Republicans in Congress, stop Dick Durbin's takeover of your credit card before it's too late.
Paid for by Electronic Payments Coalition.
Hammer here from my friends at Diamonds Direct, Keystone at the Crossing. It's right there by that green bridge. And they've got the biggest selection and the lowest prices. They're also the official jeweler of the Indianapolis Colts, and when you walk into that showroom, somebody will greet you. They might have a beverage or two, and then the staff. They will show you why they have the reputation of having the best customer service. Listen, you got a lot of options in the jewelry game, right? But I always go back to Diamonds Direct because of the connection they make. The sales staff. I work with Chris. She's my representative. But whoever your rep is, they take care of you. They stay within your budget. They make sure you get the biggest bang for your dollar, and they pass the savings on to you. They get their stones directly from the source. That's why they're Diamonds Direct. Their customer service is why I always go back. Stop by Keystone at the Crossing, Diamonds Direct. Get that engagement ring there and tell them Hammer from Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Central Indiana knows tough, but your water shouldn't be. Indiana ranks among the hardest water in the country, and your home is paying the price. Connecticut's non-electric technology means no timer, settings, or headaches. Just water that works, even when the power doesn't. And the twin tank design means clean, soft water 24/7. Connecticut water softeners are the solution, made in the U.S. Visit ConnecticutIndy.com and mention Made in the U.S. for an additional $250 off your purchase of a softener. Connecticut, American-made, Midwest tough.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Things got pretty heated in a Senate hearing today. It's sunny and 68 degrees in downtown Indy. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:31. That was when Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. clashed with lawmakers. The biggest argument was over his recent decision to fire former CDC Director Susan Menares. CMS Administrator Dr. Mehmet Oz tells Fox's America Reports.
Get rid of the conflicts of interest. Ensure that you've got folks in there who don't always agree with each other on policy so they can fight it out, and you actually get a cohesive and sort of holistic approach to dealing with these problems.
Menares says Kennedy pressured her to quit because she would not approve recommendations from a vaccine panel she said was full of anti-vaccine people. But Kennedy testified that he fired her and the panel to restore the CDC to a gold standard of health care. The conflict is getting more attention. Some mayors in central Indiana say new tax changes are making it harder to figure out next year's budget. Ryan Hedrick explains why.
And they say they're doing everything they can to avoid laying people off, even as property tax revenues drop.
Anything that we don't cut now or minimize in spending in today's world for 2026, it's going to hit us harder in 27 and 28. We're trying to look at every budget, every department.
Beech Grove Mayor James Kaufman told Wish TV the city could lose $500,000 next year because of the state's new property tax law.
Less on equipment, less on supplies, less on professional services.
He said he'd rather cut spending than fire people. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A new sports performance center for the Indiana Fever broke ground today in downtown Indianapolis. It's a project city leaders say could help shape the future of women's basketball.
This is the beginning of an incredible transformation, not only of this area of our downtown, but with the new hotel, the expansion of the convention center. It's really a transformative moment.
Mayor Joe Hogsett spoke following the ceremony. The new facility is located on the former Marion County Jail site near East Maryland and Delaware Streets, just a short distance from Cambridge Fieldhouse. Blue Bell has just rolled out a brand new flavor, classic pecan pie ice cream. It's a mix of rich brown sugar ice cream blended with roasted pecans, flaky pie crust pieces, and swirls of pecan pie filling. The new flavor is available for a limited time in both half-gallon and pint sizes, along with the returning favorite homemade and the shade ice cream. You've got traffic and weather coming in 1 minute. It's 3:33.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer. And that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's four walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
With your WIBC traffic, Matt Bear, what you got?
It is a crash downtown on the entrance from West Street MLK to southbound 65. That ramp is open, but it is partially blocked. Be careful making your entrance. And we just got picture on this, and it's on the left side of the ramp, so you kind of have to use a shoulder to make your way onto southbound 65. Please be safe. Northbound 65 south side, stop and go traffic. Raymond into the south split. Southbound 6570, the construction delay, 9 minutes from the north split down to the south split. Crash in Fishers, 116th Street at IKEA Way. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design, or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Mostly clear, quiet and cool tonight. Lows will fall to 53. We'll go with a partly cloudy sky on Friday. Just a slight chance for a shower late with highs near 77. I'm Wish TV Storm Tracking meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yes, and please indulge us, Mr. Attorney General of Indiana, Todd Rokita. Do us the favor, the honor of kicking off this edition of Legal Stuff.
Legal stuff.
Crime, punishment, judges, legal stuff.
Legal stuff.
Now, I want to prepare you for something, Nige. I want to make sure you're sitting down, okay? Because this may shock you. A lower level liberal judge has overturned a Trump ruling.
No.
I know. I can't believe it either. It's shocking that this has happened, well, pretty much every single day. U.S. District Judge Allison Burroughs blocking the Trump administration's attempt to ban the $2.2 billion in federal research funding for Harvard. Remember, Trump was like, listen, if you're going to allow Jewish students to be harassed on your campus and not do anything about it, I'm not going to give you any more federal dollars. So he took the $2.2 billion, probably bought some McNuggets with them or something. Harvard didn't get it. But now they've gone to court, and a lower level liberal judge has decided that that was not allowed.
Yeah, I don't see how that works. I don't think Trump's going to capitulate to some lower level. No. All right, she could rule whatever she wants, but she's not getting the $2 billion. I'm not sending him $2 billion.
And again, this is another case where the Supreme Court, they're going to have to go to court, waste everybody's time to say, yes, he can decide who gets federal money. It's not in the Constitution that Harvard has to get paid.
Am I reading this correctly here? Again, I just want to reiterate that this judge said the Trump administration, quote, used anti-Semitism as a smokescreen to illegally block funding for Harvard University. Has this judge seen what happened at Harvard, at Columbia, and many other Ivy League schools?
It doesn't matter, Nige. It's a liberal judge, and they've got their marching orders.
Wow, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're just using anti-Semitism as an excuse. You're just using all those people, all those pro-Hamas protesters that are wearing masks, that are blocking Jewish kids from getting into the cafeteria. That's a smokescreen.
Right. Whoa. Flipping the script and blaming Trump for it and using it as a smokescreen. And again, you're going to get Clarence Thomas, Kavanaugh, Gorsuch. Wow. They're all going to be in a text thread. Oh, come on. We got to come in and override another, professional victim judge. Sooner or later, there's going to be a point to where the Supreme Court, Trump, the Department of Justice, they're going to have to get together and come up with some way for things that are clearly going to be overruled by the Supreme Court, because the president absolutely has the authority to have his administrations pass out federal money.
Of course he does.
They're going to have to figure something out because it's wasting everybody's time, right? The Supreme Court, they do have some serious things to worry about. This kind of crap every single day shouldn't be one of them. More legal stuff. I like this story already.
What we got?
A crime-fighting nun in Pittsburgh.
A crime-fighting nun?
Damn right. She's in the news because she chased down a thief. Sister Mary Madeline. She runs a little shop inside the Sacred Heart of Jesus that sells books and religious pieces of art. Somebody, one of their customers, put their purse down, and some woman stole the credit cards. Well, Sister Mary Madeline saw what happened, chased the woman down the street, gave her a good old-fashioned talking to, grabbed her, and got the cards back. Here is Sister Mary Madeline talking about being, in essence, Batman.
I just think she was misled. As he was walking out the door and I started following him, he turned around and says, I don't want to have to shoot you. And I said, listen, all I want to tell you is that Jesus loves you, whether we know it or not.
Amazing.
Sometimes there's a lot of crud on us, and you have to get that cleaned off to be able to see.
So she was being threatened, if I understood her correctly. The guy was going to shoot her. And she said, I'm going to pray for you.
Yes, Mary chased a woman down the
That's
streets.
Incredible.
Gave her a good old-fashioned talking to, grabbed her, got the cards back, and...
That's incredible to me.
So here's what I think they should do. Again, I'm thinking about this from a marketing perspective. She runs a store that sells religious art and books. She needs to have a T-shirt now that says, don't start none, won't be none. N-U-N, right? A picture of her face on it, maybe like a silhouette of her roughing up somebody. Don't start none, won't be none.
What was the random trivia question for you here, Hammer? Or Allison, for that matter. The Flying Nun. Who played the Flying Nun?
Sally Field.
What was the name of the Flying Nun in the sitcom?
Oh, the actual name?
Yeah.
That I don't know. But it was Sally Field that played the role.
Blank the Flying Nun. Come on. Gidget.
Gidget? I thought Gidget was a separate show.
The character Gidget is connected to the Flying Nun through actress Sally Field, who played both roles.
Right. But Gidget was a separate role.
The footage used in The Flying Nun was actually recycled from Gidget's earlier sitcom, and producers initially wanted The Flying Nun to feel like a continuation of Gidget's life. I'm just getting this off AI. I thought it was Gidget the Flying Nun. I thought that's what it was called.
No, Gidget was a separate show with young Sally Field, who was Smoke back in the day. Young Sally Field.
She was a smoking hot nun?
She was, man. Even up until the Smokey and the Bandit days, Sally Field was all right. She was great.
All right. Yeah. I must have missed that fact.
So we've got
a
a wrong Gidget, we've got a Tijuana, and we've got water for the toilets. We're rolling today, Nige.
Sister Bertrill? That is what Sally Field's nun was called.
I have
so he was real close.
See? I was close, Hammer.
Okay, well, let's get you those Auburn championship rings that say #1 seed on it, because you got close.
Somebody corrected me on the water for the data centers.
Okay.
This could be a whole new segment. Correct Nigel.
Well, let me grab a drink.
You can do that every segment.
It's a drinking game.
Like all these giant data centers are coming in, and like everybody's saying they're sucking up resources and power and water. I like where's the water going? To the toilets? And the OSHA has a certain amount of drinking fountains that must be installed in these giant warehouses.
Correct.
Well, Kevin says the water is for cooling the computer servers. Some early estimates were said to be 25 to 50 million gallons per day.
I don't think you should be throwing water on computers.
Just get a bunch of fans.
Allison, I don't believe the throwing water on the computers either. Come on. Yeah, that's very nice. Thank you for the tip. We appreciate that. But I think Nigel's still going to go with this angle of it's for toilets.
By the way, a gigawatt is 1 billion watts.
Gigawatt?
I don't know. Braun said something about a gigawatt, and I almost said 1.21 gigawatts.
What the hell is a gigawatt?
A gigawatt is 1 billion watts or 1 million kilowatts, only 1,000 megawatts. This is from listener Dan. I'm sorry, Kevin.
I literally fell asleep right there. Listeners, if you're doing the research on gigawatts, water for toilets, I appreciate it. I do. But it brings this show to a screeching halt.
Well, someone needs to, I guess.
Somebody needs to.
I just want to be right.
It'll be a first time for everything. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Truck drivers, have you been searching for a more reliable driving job? Get the paychecks and predictability you need as a Schneider driver. Schneider's large selection of driving jobs means you can get the home time that suits your schedule. Choose from daily, weekly, monthly, or sometime in between. Plus, Schneider drivers have access to great benefits with a 401k match and a 24/7 support team. Get the keys to a better driving job. Search openings near you and apply now at schneiderjobs.com.
Shop incredible end-of-summer savings at the Scandinavian Designs Labor Day sale. For a limited time, take up to 70% off select modern furniture and decor for every room in your home, including living room, bedroom, dining room, and more. This is the perfect opportunity to get your space prepped for the party season ahead. Stop by your local showroom today or shop online at ScandinavianDesigns.com. Scandinavian Designs. We make it simple, you make it home.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln & Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln & Fishers.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $300 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spread, totals, player props.
$300 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
We play fair in Indiana, but Washington insiders want to cheat. They want taxpayers to spend millions to redraw legislative maps approved just 4 years ago. That's not democracy. It's a power grab, and they're hoping you won't notice. Thankfully, some of our leaders are saying no to D.C. politics. Tell politicians Hoosiers don't cheat. Protect our votes and get back to focusing on our real problems. Join the team at playfairindiana.com. Paid for by Indiana Conservation Voters.
This is Robert with Kirby Heating and Air. Go to kirbyheating.com to schedule with one of our qualified service technicians.
Kirby Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun. Brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at drexelin.com or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go.
Join the Home and Garden Show live this Saturday from 9 till 1. Broadcasting live from Sullivan Hardware and Garden at 71st and Keystone for the Fall Mum Fest. It's one weekend only with mums at the lowest price of the year. The Fall Mum Fest at Sullivan Hardware and Garden.
I was just telling Allison, who is part of the Home and Garden Show, Mum Fest, which I just heard on that promo, sounds amazing. But that music in the background, Mum Fest, let's go! Like the hard rockin' music.
Yeah, we take $6 mums very seriously.
Van Halen, Monster Trucks, Mum Fest.
Saturday.
Right. That's awesome. I've never been so excited for Mum Fest in my life. That's amazing. Matt Bear.
Southside eastbound 465 at the White River crash, blocking the right lane. A little bit of a slowdown as you make your way through there. No delay, but it just happened. Also a crash on the entrance from West Street MLK to southbound 65. Ramp is open. It's partially blocked. Eastbound 70, 3-minute delay from Harding into the south split. And a crash in Fishers, 116th Street at IKEA Way. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Coming up a little bit after 4 o'clock, if you missed RFK Jr. earlier today, he was on a heater. He was testifying in D.C., and he was fired up. Got into a little back and forth with a certain U.S. senator. We'll have audio highlights coming up after the news.
I'll give you a hint who it was.
Kramer in a fire truck. 68 right now at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Nigel, if you need a reason to drink tonight, happy 44th birthday to Beyonce.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Queen Bee is 44. Now, I feel like Allison would know a lot of Beyonce songs. It's kind of in her wheelhouse here in terms of age and when those songs were popular. You, on the other hand, I have questions about.
Wait a minute.
So I put together a 7-song Beyonce montage.
7.
You've played some on the radio back when you were jocking the hits at Radio Now.
Yes.
But 7 Beyonce hits. Allison, I've set the over-under at 4.5. Does Nigel know 5 or more or 4 or less of these Beyonce songs?
I think he'll know more.
Over 4.5.
Yeah.
The pressure's on now.
Okay. So it's honor system as always, Nige. If you've heard it, just let us know, okay?
All right.
Here we go.
Yes.
Single ladies, there's one.
Yes.
This was huge. 2 for 2.
To the left, to the left.
3 for 3.
Yeah.
Okay. You're doing better than I thought you would.
I knew he would.
No.
Love on Top. Okay.
No. Never heard.
My favorite.
All right. First miss.
Yeah. Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
5. There we go. That cashes the over.
No.
Hey, 5 and 2. Now, I had questions whether or not you knew Who Ran the World Girls. Because you looked a little perplexed, but I think you'd heard it before.
I'd heard it. The thing is, again, I don't know the names of hardly any of those. To the left, to the left.
Right.
But you sing it beautifully.
Right.
The way you just said right after I said to the left made me laugh.
Well, I was waiting to see if you had another part of that statement.
Is that the name of the song?
Irreplaceable.
To the left?
It's the name of the song.
It's not to the left, to the left.
No, it's not. But I knew what song you were talking about, which is there. Hey, you got the over. You did better than I thought.
Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it.
There we go.
I'm surprised you didn't include any of her country music hits.
I forgot about it. That's why. I forgot she was a award-winning.
Grammy Award winner.
Grammy
There's
Award
a reason
winner.
why Morgan Wallen is not like entering the biggest country music song of the summer of the year into the Grammys. It's because they give awards to Beyonce, who is not a country music artist in any way, shape, or form whatsoever.
Great moments in Morgan Wallen history. So this past weekend, my oldest, Chris, was down in Nashville. He went to the bar where Morgan Wallen got drunk and threw the chair off of.
Oh, yeah.
There's a plaque up there near the chair that says, quote, You're not Morgan Wallen. Don't even think about it now.
Shut up.
It's up there, and that's what the plaque says.
They also sell a cocktail with a little chair in the cocktail.
Boy, they really took
They're really leaning into
They
it.
did, too.
Yeah.
Like, it was the best thing that happened to that bar.
Somebody
that hillbilly
could've-
throwing a chair off at police.
Somebody could have died.
Right?
Had brain aneurysm from being hit from a chair for 4 stories up, and now they're cashing in on it.
They're selling merch. They got drinks. People are taking selfies where the chair got tossed. A 5-year-old boy in Florida recently left his home to go find breakfast at Chick-fil-A. Nige?
What did he cause? Yeah.
Jacksonville police shared the body cam footage on social media. His house was just down the street, but parents were freaking out. Here are the officers bringing young William back home from just wanting some breakfast at Chick-fil-A.
We arrived on scene. Hello. And as we walked in, we see a little kid sitting at the table eating his breakfast with one of the managers. We asked where he came from, and he kept saying he walked to Chick-fil-A.
You know where your house is, right, honey?
It's right across the street, right over there.
That would be
I walked into the
freaking out.
back of my patrol car.
Are you going to get me in jail?
No, I'm not going to put you in jail. And we started checking here if he had a white fence.
That's where it is.
Right here?
Yeah.
And that's when we pulled up in the driveway.
Hey, good morning. Hey, do you have a son named William? William? Yeah, a little boy? Yeah. Yeah, he was down at the Chick-fil-A. Are you kidding me? No, we have him in our police car. You want to come get him? You could just see the look on his face. It would be for any parent, including myself.
Yeah.
It's disbelief.
I mean, I can only imagine the fear that went on in those parents', minds when they realized their son was gone.
Did you call Child Protective Services in a situation like that, or is this more or less like, oh man, we were asleep, he got up in the middle of the night and let himself out? I mean, you don't call CPS for something like that.
No, I mean, if I can't find him, I call the police.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Is CPS now going to be called on the parents?
Oh, I see what you're saying. I mean, maybe. I think they'll probably have to investigate it. Because even though it sounds like this was just a simple mistake, there probably are a bunch of ridiculous parents that either got drunk, blacked out, whatever.
Yeah.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down.
Don't let pneumococcal pneumonia break your stride. If you're 50 or older, you're at increased risk. So be proactive with Capvaxive pneumococcal 21-valent conjugate vaccine to help protect against invasive pneumococcal disease and pneumonia caused by certain types of pneumococcal bacteria. Capvaxive helps protect against the strains of bacteria that cause about 30% more IPD cases than any other pneumococcal conjugate vaccine in adults over 50, according to national-level CDC stats. Regional variations may exist. Don't get Capvaxive if you're allergic to the vaccine or its ingredients. Tell your doctor if you have a weakened immune system. Common side effects include injection site reactions, feeling tired, headache, muscle aches, and fever. Capvaxive does not protect against all strains. For more information, call 1-800-927-8888 or visit capvaxive.com. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Capvaxive. Need help paying for your Merck vaccine? Visit merckhelps.com. Sponsored by Merck.
We play fair in Indiana, but Washington insiders want to cheat. They want taxpayers to spend millions to redraw legislative maps approved just 4 years ago. That's not democracy. It's a power grab, and they're hoping you won't notice. Thankfully, some of our leaders are saying no to D.C. politics. Tell politicians Hoosiers don't cheat. Protect our votes and get back to focusing on our real problems. Join the team at playfairindiana.com. Paid for by Indiana Conservation Voters.
Here's the tale of the daily Medfield. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
Pros trust Milwaukee Power Tools, which is why Quality Supply and Tool is one of the largest Milwaukee dealers in the country. And right now at Quality Supply and Tool, buy a select M18 fuel grinder, bare tool, and get your choice of the Red Lithium XC8 battery kit, 3/8-inch mid-torque impact wrench, or 4.5 to 5-inch variable speed grinder free. That's a $279 value. Or buy a select M18 4 or 6-piece combo kit and choose 2 select M18 tools free. Only until November 2nd while supplies last. In Lafayette, Bloomington, Jeffersonville, and Indy, Quality Supply and Tool thinks outside the box. Store.
This is the Run My Own Business Dream.
This is the colleges paid for dream. This is the retire early dream. This is Busey, where your dreams and possibilities become moments. Through trusted guidance and expertise, through lifelong relationships. Because we're here to help you achieve the life you've always envisioned. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
WIBC stories coming up next, right after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 4 o'clock.
A message to human traffickers. Lisa Brady, Fox News.
Let me be clear. If you smuggle human beings, you will be found, you will be prosecuted, and you will be brought to justice.
U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi also warning anyone thinking about paying smugglers to get into the U.S. that it's not safe. This as she expands cooperation between federal prosecutors in multiple states along the southern and northern borders. Florida just getting a green light for Alligator Alcatraz, the facility used to detain and deport migrants that a federal judge had ordered to close. Today's ruling puts the closure on hold as that legal fight continues. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. defending health policy changes that Democrats say are putting Americans at risk.
Americans have lost faith in CDC, and we need to restore that faith. And we're going to do that by telling the truth and not through propaganda.
Also telling a Senate panel he's not taking away access to vaccines while facing some bipartisan concern about criticism of the COVID vaccine and others. The rise of artificial intelligence at the White House.
I won't be surprised if AI becomes known as the greatest engine of progress in the history of the United States of America.
First Lady Melania Trump chairing a task force on AI education. She says children must be protected, but that the growth of AI must be managed responsibly. Co-chair of the president's advisors on science and technology, David Sachs, thinks AI will lead to a productivity boom and will not take everyone's jobs.
There's an online quote that's been flying around that says, you're not going to lose your job to AI, but you might lose your job to someone who uses AI better than you.
CEOs from tech giants, including Microsoft, Apple, Meta, and Google, are part of today's events, which include a Rose Garden dinner tonight. Wall Street rallying ahead of tomorrow's jobs report. The Dow up 350 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
An Indianapolis man with a lengthy criminal record. Sunny skies and 69 degrees in the Circle City. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:02. Ryan Hedrick reports that man is back behind bars.
The FBI and IMPD said they arrested Larry Durson Jr. on charges ranging from strangulation to attempted rape and kidnapping. This case involves two separate attacks along Monon Trail last month. Vicky and her husband Dan own a business right across the street from where the attacks happened.
Oh, I think it's a shame. I worry about these women out here on the trail, and like Dan said, when they're alone, I very much worry about them.
In one incident, police say Durson was attacking a woman when police stepped in to help. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
There is a discolored water issue plaguing residents of Madison County.
I'm like literally genuinely shocked if I turn on my bathtub and it comes out clear water. It is normally a fluorescent yellow, which is caused by like one of the chemicals that came up higher in my water test.
Bree, who lives in Madison County, continues to push city officials for answers. Sometimes the right words can help a person who's battling thoughts of suicide. John Herrick reports on how one approach happening in Bloomington.
At Bloomington Meadows, they have what's called Be the One Too. Dr. Charlie Brooks is the CEO of Bloomington Meadows, and he explains what it's all about.
We say be the one to save a life. Be committed to be a voice for suicide prevention, and be willing to talk to people and take that time.
What he's seen be successful is a combination of talk therapy and medication to help those who might be struggling with suicidal thoughts. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And this month is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. Indianapolis Colts quarterback Daniel Jones said this week that he is excited to begin the football season this weekend. Colts take on the Miami Dolphins Sunday afternoon at Lucas Oil for a 1 Eastern kickoff. News time, 4:04. Your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
It's time. You've been putting off that kitchen or bath remodel long enough. What are you waiting for? Get started today with Boer Remodeling. Boer Remodeling customer Kathy had a bath remodel with Boer. Kathy, talk a little bit about your experience.
Our experience with Boer has been terrific. The process was so easy and seamless. When we decided to do a larger remodel of our first floor, Boer was the first company we thought of hiring.
And were you happy with the results?
The results are amazing, and we are so happy with our home and the work that Boer did.
Peter is another recent Boer Remodeling customer with a new kitchen. Peter, what was the best part about working with Boer?
We especially liked the active participation that we were able to have in selection of stone for the countertops. Really came out beautiful. The cabinets also came out very, very well.
The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. They'll guide you through the entire process. Start with a free consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. That's BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com.
WIBC traffic at 4:05. Matt Bear, what you got?
Southside eastbound 465 stopped from I-70 to the White River. Delay time 12 minutes. This is because of a vehicle fire over on the right side of the interstate. The car fire is out, and I'm told everyone made it out of the car safely. Crash coming out of West Street, MLK2 southbound 65. The ramp is open. It is partially blocked. Southbound 65, 70 delayed. North split down to the south split. Eastbound 70 slow out of the north split out to Rural Street. West side southbound 465 stop and go before Crawfordsville Road, then slow down to 10th. Traffic sponsored by Mattress Firm. Need better sleep? Upgrade to a premium bed now at Mattress Firm's best sale of the year. They make sleep easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now your American Standard Cooling Weather Center forecast. Mostly clear skies for tonight, so don't expect heavy rain, thunder, or lightning like how last night rolled out. Low temperatures tonight in the mid-50s, and for tomorrow you've got partly cloudy skies with a small chance of rain with highs in the mid to upper 70s. I'm Jake McDaniel on The Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's
We have a good time on this show, man. My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is here. Earlier today, everybody knows who RFK Jr. is, right? The United States Secretary of Health and Human Services. Trump
Maha.
appointed. Yeah, Maha. That's his mantra. Make America healthy again. Boy, he sat down in front of this panel in Washington, D.C., about health in America, and the vultures were circling.
So there were some friendly folks. There were some not so friendly folks that were grilling RFK Jr. today. But the thing that stood out to me, before we get into some of the spirited back and forths and hot takes and all that, basically where we're at right now in terms of health as Americans. Big picture here. And man, it's not good. It's not good at all. Take a listen to RFK talking about where we're at right now as Americans when it comes to our health.
This morning, I got the latest numbers from CDC that 76.4% of Americans now have a chronic disease. This is stunning. When my uncle was president, it was 11%. In 1950, it was 3%. Today, it's 76.4%. 8 out of 10 of our kids cannot qualify for military service. This is a national security issue. When my uncle was president, we spent $0 on chronic disease. Today, we spend $1.3 trillion. It's the biggest cause. It's increasing. And all of the arguments that Republicans and Democrats have about single payer, Obamacare, or with the various ways of allocate the health dollars, they're all like rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. If we don't end this chronic disease, we are the sickest country in the world. That's why we have to fire people at CDC. They did not do their job.
Which he did, by the way.
Yes. 76.4% of Americans have some sort of chronic disease.
Jeez.
Now, keep in mind, obesity is a big problem in this country. And I think that's what he was alluding to when he said most kids can't qualify to get into the military right now. They're not in shape. 76.4% compared to 3% back in the 50s.
I will say I just had my labs drawn, my physical, triglycerides down like 3 times. I showed you.
Yes.
I showed you. Good cholesterol, bad cholesterol, all even, all sorts of cholesterol, everything well. So I've been working on it a little bit.
That's such an old guy power move, too. Like, when we were in our 20s,
I know.
we would be showing each other text messages of, oh, look what this chick said to me. Look what this chick said to me. Now we're showing each other our triglycerides.
I called Hammer. Hammer's in the office behind me. Hammer, come here. Check this out, man. He thinks I'm showing him a nude of like the Sweeney chick or whatever her name is. I'm showing him how my triglycerides have gone down by like 50%.
Right. It happens, man. You get older, you get excited about that kind of stuff.
Blood pressure is normal for once in 10 years.
See, man, I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow.
Oh, I want to see. You're going to show me the results.
I will.
Are they doing everything? Are they doing or is it just blood pressure and cholesterol, or are they doing the entire blood work? I think it's
a little bit of everything. I'll be doing some blood work, but it's mainly focused on my blood pressure.
Okay.
Tomorrow. It's a follow-up appointment.
Gotcha.
Here is Senator Cornyn asking RFK Jr. about the mix of politics and COVID protocol from the CDC.
Do you believe COVID-19 was politicized? Yeah, the whole process was politicized. Senator, I mean, we were lied to about everything. We were lied to about natural immunity. We were lied to about, we were told again and again the vaccines would prevent transmission, they'd prevent infection. It wasn't true. They knew it from the start it wasn't true because that's what the animal studies and the clinical trials showed. We were told that there was science behind cloth masks. The CDC allowed the teachers union to write the order closing our schools, which hurt working people all over the country, and then pretend it was science-based. But, President Biden said in August, I would never take that vaccine, the Trump vaccine. And he came in, he mandated it, and then he fired the 2 top health officials at FDA who said, hey, this thing has not been properly tested.
Now, Biden and Kamala Harris both said they would not take the Trump vaccine until after all of a sudden Joe Biden gets elected and they are lined up. Maybe, they would get in line and then go to the back of the line and get boosted again.
They wanted to jail you and fire you if you didn't get it. And again, when we play these RFK clips, and I can see the comments on the YouTube chat, he's tough to listen to. But, man, if you can focus on the message.
He's got an affliction with his voice.
It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Try to focus on the message here because he's right. He's 100% right.
They told you, he mentioned the cloth masks. So stupid. How did they come up with the 6-foot social distancing stuff? And then they told us to stay inside and stay away from everybody. But yet the George Floyd riots and the George Floyd protests were allowed to go on during the month of May, during the whole summer.
Right.
But that was okay.
Sure.
That was okay, but you get on the front lawn of the governor's mansion and you don't want anything except your job back, and Holcomb calls you a petri dish. No wonder people were a little cynical about this whole thing in 2020 and 2021.
And allowing lunatics like Randy Weingarten of the Teachers Union, the winner of the annual Joe Namath lookalike contest, Randy Weingarten.
I didn't know there was an annual contest.
They may be the same person. I've never seen Randy Weingarten and Joe Namath together, so maybe they're the same person. Allowing that lunatic to come up with policy that the Biden administration was just like, all right. And she is a nut. And she's bought and paid for, and none of it had anything to do with science. But you know what? if we would have said what we're saying right now on social media in 2020, we would have been
Boom.
kicked off.
Zoom.
And then things got a little heated, right? Bernie Sanders got lippy. Some other folks got lippy. But the best is when RFK Jr. was taking questions from a certain U.S. Senator. She was on the warpath.
Pocahontas?
America's favorite fake Indian, Elizabeth Warren, who is, by the way, bought and paid for by Big Pharma.
He called her out on it.
And you'll hear that coming up in just a little bit. This was spirited, to say the least.
Most Americans will be able to get it from their pharmacy
the
for
question is, everyone who wants it, that was your promise.
No, I didn't. I never promised that I was going to recommend products with which there is no indication.
When you said...
And I know you've taken $855,000 from pharmaceutical companies, Senator.
Did you hold up a big sign saying that you were lying when you said that? Because you are the one who said you would not take them away. Now, Senator Kennedy,
I'm not taking them away from anybody.
Secretary,
you want me to indicate a product for which there is no clinical data?
Senator,
is that what you want?
Secretary Kennedy, you said you wouldn't, and now you did.
I'm not taking them away. Everybody can get access to them.
No, they can't walk into a pharmacy the way they could last month and get access.
It depends on the states.
A year ago,
but they can still get it. Everybody can get it. Everybody can get it, Senator.
So look, let's move on.
Yeah, because you're not going to bully RFK into agreeing with your bull crap.
Were they talking about the vaccine?
The boosters.
The boosters?
Yeah.
It's not available in some places.
But
and it's like over in Europe, they don't even let you get it unless you're of a certain age now.
And all RFK was saying was that I'm not going to recommend it because there's no proof that it works. But if you absolutely want it, find a way to go to a pharmacy and knock yourself out. Well, that wasn't good enough for Pocahontas, who, again, is bought and paid for by Big Pharma. Matt Bear, what are we looking at out on the roads right now?
Southwest side, southbound, eastbound, 465 stopped after Sam Jones over to the White River because of a vehicle fire blocking two right lanes. The fire is out. Everyone made it out of the car safely. Traffic is stopped back to I-74, 24-minute delay. Crash downtown. This is on the entrance from West Street to southbound 65. The ramp is open. It's partially blocked. Inbound 65 stop and go traffic from 29th to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70 delayed 4 minutes from Belmont into the South Split, and northbound 65 slows before Raymond Street into the South Split because of construction. Crash northeast side 56th Street at Benford. Traffic sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Anybody that was at the CDC that was part of the big lies that were told to the American public, whether it was 6 feet apart, whether it was the cloth mask with cartoon characters on it made in China, or any of this crap, if you covered that up, I hope you lost your job. I'm glad RFK is firing some of these people. I am, man. Right now, we are looking outside and, man, beautiful day, sunshine, 68 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. And we've got a fun round of Is This Anything next.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $300 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spread, totals, player props.
$300 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers.
We play fair in Indiana, but Washington insiders want to cheat. They want taxpayers to spend millions to redraw legislative maps approved just 4 years ago. That's not democracy. It's a power grab, and they're hoping you won't notice. Thankfully, some of our leaders are saying no to D.C. politics. Tell politicians Hoosiers don't cheat. Protect our votes and get back to focusing on our real problems. Join the team at playfairindiana.com. Paid for by Indiana Conservation Voters.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Kirby Heating and Air, your American Standard air dealer, serving Hendricks and surrounding counties.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll. Yeah, we're brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed, a program presented by the Attorney General's office here in Indiana. The Attorney General's office reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Fast, easy, free. Do you have money floating around out there that's yours? Just got to type in your name at indianaunclaimed.gov.
Do me a favor. If you've never gone to the website, do it right now. If you got your phone with you, if you're at work, go to indianaunclaimed.gov. It's super easy.
And it's fun to type in other people's names, too.
Right.
See if they got any money floating around.
Correct.
You can get a percentage.
See if you've got anything, and then send us a message here at the Hammer and Nigel Show. Let us know if you have anything floating around. You can email us, hammerandnigel@wibc.com. All right, so this first story, Nige, is kind of a follow-up.
Okay.
Remember when the Chuck E. Cheese mascot, the big gangster-looking rat, the person inside the suit, was arrested a couple months ago?
I didn't know that he was gangster-looking.
Oh,
But
yeah.
He
looks like he runs a rat casino. Chuck E. Cheese does. The dude inside the costume was arrested in front of, like, the kids and everything.
Yeah, there was a photo taken of a police officer escorting Chuck E. Cheese out of the establishment in full gear.
Right.
Like they didn't take his head off or whatever.
Well, the update is the body cam footage has now been released to the public. Here is some of the audio of officers arresting Jermel Jones, a.k.a. Chuck E. Cheese, getting yelled at by a customer for arresting the mascot.
We're going to detain the mouse, do you? We are. Do it. I want you to. Yeah, grab him. Get him. Don't resist. Do not resist. Don't. Let your hands go. Let your hands go.
No, he can let that man walk out the door, go wrong.
He's a criminal. What would you like to know?
I would like y'all to walk him out the door instead of traumatizing all these children, seeing somebody like Chuck E. Cheese. Would y'all put Mickey Mouse in handcuffs?
And it was credit card fraud, right?
Credit card fraud.
And you could hear the little kids and the moms were like, let him go. Can you at least, do you take the head off when you arrest Chuck E. Cheese?
No, I think you perp walk that rat right out the door. You perp walk that rat right out of that rat casino.
I got to tell you, there's two thoughts. I have two kind of things rolling around in my head. Like, one, would that disturb me if I was 5 or 6 years old and I saw the police come in and get Chuck E. Cheese? But if you're a little bit older and you see that guy getting walked out of there in handcuffs, that's a great story. You're going to remember for the rest of your life.
Right?
First of all, it's usually the parents that are getting it walked out of Chuck E. Cheese in handcuffs because of so many brawls in those establishments.
I was never perp walked out. I was never arrested.
You were told to leave, though.
I was told to leave. I was sticking up for the safety and the well-being of everybody in the Chuck E. Cheese, and I was lumped into the problem, which is disappointing.
I just wanted to, when I was it was Showbiz Pizza there on West 38th Street when I was a kid. I just wanted to play Super Mario Brothers so bad, but these kids just kept cutting me. And my dad and mom were just drinking beer. They didn't care. Like I would go back. I'd go, Dad, I want to play. I want to play Super Mario Brothers, and he's like, good luck.
Yeah, fight back. Good luck. But no, I'm good with this because let's be honest.
Yeah.
You go to Chuck E. Cheese enough, you're going to see somebody perp walked out of that joint.
I'm scared to go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Whether it's
I'm glad my kids
Chucky or somebody else.
I'm glad my kids have aged out of Chuck E. Cheese.
Yep. Rat Casino for kids, Chuck E. Cheese. Is this anything? There was a police chase in the Denver area after a man fled from officers covered in mud and only wearing a Speedo.
Oh, no.
Here is some of the police chase with officers trying to chase down WIBC's Matt Bear.
He's running. I'm going to tase you. White male covered in mud and underwear. Oh, nah, man, you had a chance. You had a choice. I was scared, bro.
Okay, that wasn't Matt Bear. It was a dude named Alec in Colorado. Is that anything?
I think it's something, and I think, look, can you go back to the very end of that clip, Allison? And she's just like,
you had a choice. I was scared, bro.
I was scared, bro. I want to know what the circumstances were. I want to know what the context was of him being in a Speedo and being covered in mud. I want to know whose task it was, who commanded the rookie police officer, probably. Yeah, that's you go get that guy covered in mud in Speedos. But the bro part was his bro. And you tell me, Hammer, was his bro better or worse than this bro?
What did I do? Get off me. You know what? Get off me. Get the f*** off me, man. I didn't do anything. Don't tase me, bro. Don't tase me. I didn't do anything. Ow! 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 Ow!
I think that was at some, the guy was disrupting some Al Gore
Speak
rally.
at a college or something.
Something about that. So let's do the bro montage, and you can discuss. Okay. You can decide which was the better bro.
You had a choice. I was scared, bro. I didn't do anything. Don't tase me, bro. I was scared, bro. Don't tase me, bro.
Boy, it's got to be the GOAT, the don't tase me, bro. Because we got it multiple times, and then because he was still acting like a nut, you heard the screams of him being tased.
Do you have the screams, Allison?
Like, that's the gold
screams?
standard of
I think
tasing audio right there.
Don't tase me. I didn't do anything. Ow! 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 Ow!
I mean, the thing is, these guys were given warnings. It's not like they just broke out the taser and said, hey, and started pulling the trigger. Hey, if you don't calm down, you're going to get the needle.
You're going to ride the lightning here. I like the intensity. Don't be afraid to ride the lightning. Great moments in taser history. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Truck drivers and owner-operators, there's never been a better time to team up at Schneider. We have more team-friendly loads than ever, including express delivery parcel freight that offers great miles with no delays to keep the wheels turning. Plus, for a limited time, company team drivers may be eligible for a sign-on bonus of up to $16,000. Owner-operator teams may qualify for a $10,000 incentive. Explore team driver positions at SchneiderJobs.com and search team contracting jobs at SchneiderOwnerOperators.com.
At Puccini's, we think less screen time and more quality mealtime is the better way. Eat, talk, and dine with less blue light glaring or talking heads blaring while enjoying great food at a reasonable price is the Puccini's way. Dine in for hot, delicious food prepared fresh and to your liking. If you need anything, we're right there so you'll leave full and happy. We have delivery options and carryout, but let's start dining in together again the way we all used to enjoy so much.
Puccini's
face.
When people think sleep apnea, they think CPAP. Now at Advent, we do all we can to help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine. And most sleep apnea sufferers who come to Advent are going to be able to avoid a CPAP altogether. Our unique Advent approach using simple in-office solutions can get your nose working and throat open all under one roof. You see, the root of every snoring and obstructive sleep apnea problem lies within the throat, nose, or both. At Advent, we know when we get the nose and throat working properly, most snoring and sleep apnea problems will subside. And we have the most simple and convenient, ultra-effective in-office solutions that can do just that. And this is why people have traveled by planes, trains, and automobiles from corners of the world you would never think of to find the sleep apnea and snoring relief you won't find elsewhere.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
AdventKnows.com.
Most insurance accepted.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Florida attorneys are putting in the effort. Sunny skies still in 69 degrees on Monument Circle. Tonight's low is 56. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:30. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi is talking about them trying to put human smuggling crimes from Mexico, Cuba, and other nations to a stop. Fox's Gernal Scott has more.
Bondi said those efforts will now be enhanced
to include our DEA, ATF, and FBI agents to this task force to give us even more manpower.
Bondi also said stronger ties with foreign law enforcement will be established. She said the effort is part of her commitment to the total elimination of transnational cartels that she made when she became Attorney General. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
The Anderson mayor says the city is looking at a $5 million drop in property tax value by 2028. WIBC's Ryan Hedrick has the details.
That's about 10% of the budget. He says that's a big hit, and city leaders are already thinking about how to manage without cutting key services.
That's why we're going to be very aggressive on making sure that we have all the funding necessary.
He said under normal circumstances, that's about $43 million.
It could result in layoffs. We don't want that to happen.
And he tells Wish TV the new law offers homeowners a 10% tax credit, but cuts key deductions, leaving cities with less revenue. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Average price for gas in Indiana today is $3.23 a gallon, says AAA. Indiana Fever players and team officials joined city leaders today to break ground on a new practice facility. Fever CEO Mel Rain said the center will help drive success on the court.
Well, I think it's, a lot of it is certainly training and recovery are key, right, to keeping the players on the court. And so we're going to have the best facilities and we have the best staff to make sure that they're staying healthy and they're able to keep playing.
The building will now connect to Gamebridge Fieldhouse via a sky bridge and operate under the sports and entertainment umbrella, Pacers Sports and Entertainment umbrella, that is. Construction is expected to wrap up in 2026. And now your WIBC Closing Bell report. At the closing bell, the Dow rose 350 points today to 45,621. The S&P 500 gained 53 points to 6,502. And the NASDAQ closed the day ahead 209 points to 21,707. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:32.
Are you worried about your taxes? Okay, so I'm talking to those of you out there that have not filed in a few years with the IRS or state. It's time to get worried, and here's why. The IRS is getting back from their own COVID lockdown, and they're hiring more enforcers, and they're going to come after people that owe taxes. So if you're a 1099 worker, and maybe you just plain forgot to file your taxes, you need to call the professionals right now at the Tax Helpline. They are experts at knowing the tax regulations, and their goal is to help you pay as little as possible. Call right now and get a 100% free tax evaluation. Remember, before the IRS knocks on your door, knock on our door. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, make this free call right now.
Call Taxes 321 now at 800-808-9443. 800-808-9443. That's 800-808-9443.
With your WIBC traffic at 433, here's Matt Bear.
West side, 11-minute delay on eastbound 70 Holt Road into the south split. Southbound 6570, that's a construction delay of 24 minutes from the north split down to the south split. And also downtown, crash on the entrance from West Street to southbound 65. Ramp is open, just a little bit tricky. Inbound 65, stop and go before 21st to Meridian Pad. West side, southbound 465, slows from 38th Street past Crawfordsville Road. East side, southbound 465 slow from 72 Washington Street. It's a crash on Benford Boulevard at East 56th. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior designer. Visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
The forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. As we make our way into tonight, you've got mostly clear skies with high temperatures in the mid-50s. No rain or storms in the forecast. Partly cloudy skies for tomorrow. Chances for rain are small. Highs in the mid to upper 70s. I'm Jake McDaniel, on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
I think for the most part, the police here in Indiana State Police, IMPD, police departments in donut counties, sheriffs are badasses. Up in Canada, I don't know. Listen to this chief of police in Canada urging citizens that, look, if there's an intruder that breaks into your home, just kind of sit back and allow it to comply.
In the unlikely event that you find yourself the victim of a home invasion, we are urging citizens not to take matters into their own hands. While we don't want homeowners to feel powerless, we urge you to call 911 and do everything you can to keep yourself and loved ones safe until police arrive and be the best witness possible. This could mean locking yourself in a room away from the perpetrators, hiding, fleeing the home, but don't engage unless absolutely necessary. But as it stands, we know the best defense for most people is to comply.
Hold up. All right. I get there's a little bit of a cultural difference in guns from the United States to Canada. I'm aware of that, okay? But you want me to comply, sit back and allow it to happen when somebody breaks into my house and wants to do harm to me and my family and I, for you grammar nerds. Not gonna happen. I'm sorry. I am going against the chief of police in Canada here. If somebody breaks into my house, I will do what Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd has told me.
Yes.
Shoot him graveyard dead. The last thing they will see is the barrel of my gun in their face if they're trying to harm my children or my wife. That's going to happen. And it won't be pretty. It's going to be grisly. I want there to be such a crime scene that the coroner gets there, like in old movies, has a stogie and goes, "Oh my God." That's what I'm looking for.
But the chief of police in Canada has a different piece of advice for you.
Comply.
Hammer, just comply.
The guy that wants to rape your wife and kill you, just comply. No, I will do the exact opposite of comply. Now, if I get killed in the process, I'm going down in a blaze of glory, but the last thing I'm going to do is comply. Let me make that perfectly clear. And I got a feeling the coupon lady feels the exact same way.
I agree.
I'm surprised she hasn't shot me yet, to be honest. Miss Allison, it's a very special date on the calendar. I need some mood music.
Really?
Have a holly jolly Christmas.
What is this?
It's the best time of
Gambling degenerates, the NFL season starts tonight. I know not everybody's all in.
Oh, okay.
But this is, for a sports fan, kind of like Christmas today. The NFL season begins tonight. The Cowboys, the Eagles, the Colts play on Sunday. Home game here against the Miami Dolphins. And unfortunately, I come with bad news for this NFL season, Nige.
No.
So the Red Zone channel, which was previously owned and operated by the NFL and the NFL Network. ESPN bought the rights, spent a lot of money. Whole lot of money.
Red Zone. Love the Red Zone. Was a subscriber for a number of years.
They used to have the host, Scott Hansen, that's his name, come on the air, and right when it starts, 7 hours of commercial-free football starts right now. 7 hours of commercial-free football, Nige.
And explain the concept. It wasn't just you were sitting there watching the whole football game.
No.
They would take you to the most exciting parts of the football games that were happening across America.
Without commercials. So whoever was in the red zone getting ready to score or a big play or a turnover, they would take you there like it was breaking news coverage. And sometime they had the Octo Box, 8 small screens on the screen where you could watch all of the action at once. But now ESPN has purchased it, and like they do everything, they've ruined it. There will be commercials this year on the NFL Red Zone.
No.
I feel like one of those guys, Nige, that used to say, we don't know how good we used to have it back in the day.
They're going to do split screen, right?
No.
Like they
full
do on
screen
NASCAR?
commercials now. Not even like NASCAR or IndyCar where you get a box or a half screen.
Yeah.
They're going to have full-on commercials now for the NFL Red Zone channel. So those games where the Colts play maybe the 4 o'clock game or the week that they have the bye. This is where, if you're an Indy fan, the Red Zone channel is huge because you turn it on there, it goes game to game, no commercials, and now that's been taken away from us. I might as well be like all of our parents growing up when they said, I used to walk to school 8 miles up, hills in the snow. When I was growing up, we had 7 hours commercial-free football. This is the way it used to be previously before ESPN.
7 hours of commercial-free football start now.
Do you know how cool 7 hours of commercial-free football was?
And it's not, but it wasn't free, though. You were paying for the privilege.
Right.
Which
I was willing to do.
Yes.
Happily willing to do. And now ESPN, because they overpaid for it, they're putting commercials on it. So here's what it's going to sound like this year. Let's take a big game last year. Remember the game where the Commanders, the artist formerly known as the Redskins threw that final play Hail Mary against the Bears and won it on the final play. This is what that might sound like this year since we've got commercials on the Red Zone.
Comes down to one last play. Here comes the Hail Mary with the game on the line. And the ball is Whopper, Junior, double, triple.
That's coming. No. That is what has become of our beloved NFL Red Zone channel.
ESPN had to do something on Sundays because it's like they just gave up once 1 o'clock hit. It would go to cornhole championships or bocce ball or
Spanish rodeo.
Yeah, the rodeo. They had to do something to compete at that time slot because their ratings had to have been abysmal because they just gave up. So I don't know if this is going to be. I'm looking vehemently. I'm trying to figure out if this is an ESPN Plus thing or is this going to be actually on the channel ESPN. I can't find out whether or not. Like if it's on an ESPN Plus, that sucks even more because you're paying an extra.
Right.
You're paying extra for that. I don't know if that's the case. I've been looking all day. I can't tell if it's going to be just on regular ESPN. If it's going to be on regular ESPN, that's kind of cool. Just because you don't have to pay for it. Well, I guess you're still paying for it.
You're already paying for it.
But ESPN Plus sucks.
Right.
Because you're paying an extra amount.
You have to buy the whole separate streaming part to it.
I don't know. But either way, yeah. And so you're telling me they're not going to do like the half and half? They play the commercials and then they have the football on the other side of the screen?
So there may be some like that But the press release stated there will be full screen commercials.
Okay.
So it kind of depends on the advertiser and what they've paid for.
Wow.
But like when you're watching an IndyCar race or a NASCAR race, you get half screen racing, half screen commercial. Maybe that's some of the time here, but they will have full screen takeovers. 7 hours of commercial-free football are gone, my friend. Gone. Which, by the way, if you want action for tonight's Cowboys-Eagles game...
Ooh, I was going to say, what's...
Degenerates Next Door podcast, free picks for you. Banged one out earlier today. It's there for you wherever you get your podcasts.
You and Rob Kendall?
2 professional handicappers that we work with, Kenny Britt of KB Sports, David Stefanoff of followneverfade.com. We do the homework. We ignore our families so you don't have to. Anywhere you get podcasts, or you can just follow the Twitter account at Gambling Stuff. That's the handle. Trying to grow that up a little bit.
Easy enough.
Gambling Stuff. Download the podcast, subscribe. It's all free. Let's make so much money. We don't need to play the Powerball. All right, coming up here in just a moment, we've got some updates in world records. We're suckers for some of these world records around here. We still haven't heard back about our high five attempt. Allison, get on that. But we've got an update next.
When it comes to retirement, it's not just what you've saved, it's what you keep that matters. Howard Bailey Financial invites you to join our free educational event featuring nationally recognized IRA expert and CPA Ed Slott, where he will focus on strategies to help reduce unnecessary taxes, avoid common mistakes, and plan smarter for the years ahead. This event is ideal for anyone in or nearing retirement who wants to make the most of what they've saved. Reserve your spot at the Forum in Fishers on Thursday, September 11th by calling or texting ED to 888-262-1104. Space is limited, so reserve your spot today by calling or texting ED to 888-262-1104. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Fall is approaching and Sundown Gardens is ready to help you. Visit the Garden Center for all things fall as the Labor Day sale is continuing. Now at Sundown Gardens, save 20% on all trees and shrubs, 30% on all pottery. These are the deals you just don't want to miss, so get ahead on the fall planning, add some color with high-quality pottery, and ensure your property is beautiful for the fall season ahead. Sundown Gardens on the corner of 186th Street and Spring Mill Road in Westfield, sundown.gardens.com. That's sundown.gardens.com.
Since 1983, over 80,000 customers have trusted their home to B Window.
We're now employee-owned, and that means we treat your home like it's our own.
From energy-efficient windows that can cut your energy costs by up to 50%.
To stylish doors, siding, and custom bathroom models, we have you covered.
And every project is backed by our industry-leading warranty.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door.
Because at
B Window,
we mean business.
This is Emily with Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning. We're always on call to take care of you. We won't leave you out in the cold.
Schedule now at KirbyHeating.com, your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Join us every Friday right around 5:50 for Beer Sample Friday.
Brought to you by Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus, home of free delivery within 75 miles of their store.
Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go.
Get ready for the Colts Ultimate Tailgate, Sunday, September 7th at 9:30 a.m. We're kicking things off at Slippery Noodle. Start game day with WIBC. Drink specials, games, prizes, and more. Don't miss the party before the party with Neutral and Jack Daniels. Details at WIBC.com.
Matt Baer has a look at the roads.
All right, Hammer, downtown crash. This is a real problem. It's a crash southbound 6570 in the south split going to westbound 70 on that exit ramp. The left lane of that ramp is blocked, and we are stopped back to the north split in this construction zone. Delay time at 11 minutes. Also a crash downtown. It's on the entrance from West Street MLK to southbound 65. That ramp is open. Eastbound 70 jammed from Holt Road into the south split. A 10-minute delay. Northwest side, northbound 465 stop and go traffic, 79 to 865. Inbound 69, a slow from 106th Street to 82nd, and a crash, Benford Boulevard at East 56th. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design, or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Right now, clear skies, sunshine, 69 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
The Hammer and Nigel Show.
Former UFC fighter Conor McGregor announcing plans to secure a nomination for Ireland's presidential election. That's interesting. We'll get to that after 5 o'clock. Right now, Hammer, a group in Georgia broke a world record. We love our world records here.
We tried to set one recently. Most high fives.
It was very unofficial. In fact, I think Allison was doing the counting, or you and I were counting. Most high fives in 30 seconds?
I was counting.
Okay.
It did not make for flattering audio. People were saying it sounded like something else.
Yeah, somebody. All right, so a group in Georgia broke a world record over the weekend by playing kickball for 52 straight hours. Raised a bunch of money for a good cause.
Okay.
Nonprofit called. It's a nonprofit for opposing sex trafficking. The event raised over $200,000, and they broke the world record. Here are the attendees.
The nighttime, the energy kind of dips a little bit, but then as soon as the sun comes up, we start waking back up again.
Yeah, that's right. Tough times when you really start to get tired or hurt a little bit, you think about the cause and the facts that we're fighting for those who are vulnerable and experiencing the horror of sex trafficking abuse. So that just keeps us motivated and going. And hearing the younger and the older men and women cheering each other on, encouraging each other, it's just real motivating for me personally.
52 hours.
It's a lot of kickball. You know who really gets into kickball? Like the Catholic schools here in Indianapolis, like Holy Name and
what?
Yeah, a lot of these little places
How
around.
do you know?
Because Holy Name was the Catholic school right there by Beech Grove, and it was near my house when I was growing up as a kid. My youngest went there for 2 years, but man, they have kickball leagues. They play other Catholic schools like it's a sport.
Well, there's kick for adults. There's kickball leagues, right?
I think so. I mean, I'm sure you could probably find one.
Just like flag football and stuff like that. You could play kickball, just like a softball beer league or something like that.
Pickleball's become like the new thing, but I think there
yeah.
are some kickball leagues for adults. But like the kids, like the younger kids, just before they get to like the high school level, I think you can still play kickball at some of these Catholic area schools. So that's pretty cool. All right. So that's one world record. How about this one?
Okay.
This is the sound of 3 buddies setting a new world record. And they're really happy. We're going to share you the audio. They used a slingshot to successfully make a cornhole shot from 151 feet. And what you're about to hear is the celebration of a 151-foot cornhole shot. That's awesome.
I'd be excited too. That's
Right.
a lot of work.
I'm surprised there hasn't been somebody on YouTube that has done longer than that. Because we see the fancy basketball trick shots on YouTube all the time.
Dude Perfect.
Yeah.
Dude Perfect, guys. That's a staple in our household on YouTube, by the way. The Dude Perfect dudes. Oh, man. Love the Dude Perfect. I've never seen a 150-foot cornhole shot, though.
With a slingshot.
With a slingshot.
Like, I'm wondering if they're cocking it back, because I haven't seen the video. I've just heard the audio. Are you cocking it back and, like, having your butt to the ground?
I've not seen the video.
And releasing it that way?
Are you a cornhole guy, like, during picnics and family gatherings? Because I'm not.
I'll
Have we
play,
talked
I'm just
about-
not any good. Chris Hammer is really good. He's kind of a ringer. Like, I've learned that most people who are good at bowling are also probably pretty good at cornhole.
Okay.
And he was also a baseball pitcher, so he's got that hand-eye coordination. I tend to throw the beanbag like it's a baseball. Just take it and throw it overhand.
Overhand.
Yeah. I have better success that way. Shoot it like a basketball, like you're just shooting a long three-pointer.
Interesting. Yeah, I like when people want to play cornhole and I'm at it, I just want to sit down and drink a beer.
Well, you can do that while you play.
Oh, that's
what those
a good point.
Backyard games are about, right?
I'd never even thought about it that way.
There's a whole series of sports.
Like, I got to stand there with these 5 bags in my hand and just sweat. But I never thought about pulling a chair and a cooler of beer next to me.
Or have the beer in one hand. You don't even need the chair, right? Beer in one hand.
No, I need the chair.
And just bend over, pick up the bag, throw it, drink a beer, throw another one, drink a beer. It's part of the series of sports where you're better if you're drunk, like pool and darts. Like, if I could play pool and darts sober, I'm ass. Horrible.
Yeah.
But you get a few beers in me, and I'm shooting pool. I'm walking around the table like Soul Man.
They say...
I'm a soul man.
Oh, that's a great reference. What
Bad
a great
to the
reference.
Bones playing. Flip the ash, and I can make the ball go in if I've had a few drinks in me.
Not with golf, for me.
Really?
Yeah, the more beer I intake on the golf course, I'm not finishing. I'm like the whole 11. I'm like, all right, I'll just meet you guys at the clubhouse. You guys have fun for the next 7 holes.
I've never gone golfing in my life. I've never gone golfing.
Wow, I love golf. I have not gone golfing this year. I'm really disappointed in myself. I love it, but I just haven't gotten out there.
I've won putt-putt tournaments. Don't get it twisted.
I know you have.
As a young man, Southport Putt-Putt, which is used to be next to the Dairy Queen, and diagonal from Long's Donuts over there, the Southside location.
Win anything? Any rewards?
So you got the option of either a trophy or a bunch of free games for the summer.
Oh, you got to take free games.
Took the free games, right? Go. So, yeah, I'll play some putt-putt, but I've never actually made it out to the links. Top stories next.
WindowNation.com for an incredible deal. I have Window Nation windows. They have helped me save energy. They are top quality, and they look great on my house. Window Nation, they got the lifetime warranty. And this month, you buy 2 windows, you get 2 free, and no payments for 2 years. Amazing. 2 windows, 2 for free, and no money up front.
Lifetime warranty on all of their windows. So whenever you buy something from Window Nation, it is taken care of for life. And this deal right now, this is a big one. Buy 2 windows, get 2 for free. And there's no limit. The more you buy, the more free ones you get. And you don't pay anything for 2 years. No down payments, no monthly payments, no interest, nothing until 2027. Call Window Nation right now. Set up a free estimate. It's free. What do you got to lose? 866-90-NATION or go to windownation.com, but you got to tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it. And the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She can get a deal. Book telehealth if she feel.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers.
This is the take care of my family goal. This is the enjoy the life I've built goal. This is the set up a foundation goal. This is Busey, where your goals become lasting legacies. Through bespoke plans that maximize your wealth, through partnerships that give you peace of mind. Because building wealth, tending to it, and passing it down secures a brighter future. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
WIBC stories up next in 2 minutes. 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 5 o'clock.
A crime crackdown debate intensifies. Lisa Brady, Fox News. President Trump extending a National Guard deployment to the nation's capital until the end of November. It would have ended next week. And now D.C.'s Attorney General is suing, calling the military intervention illegal and an occupation. The White House says the president is acting well within his legal authority. This as Illinois' Democratic Governor J.B. Pritzker again accuses the administration of ulterior motives for threatening to send troops to fight crime in Chicago, while also ramping up immigration enforcement.
Part of their kind of nefarious plan is begin with ICE, cause mayhem on the ground, and by doing that, say that there's a need for military troops on the ground to protect ICE.
Some community leaders say help is needed to fight crime in Chicago. Meantime, a federal appeals court just blocking a lower court ruling that restricted the president's use of troops in L.A. while that court fight continues. Tough day on Capitol Hill for the U.S. Health Secretary.
Robert Kennedy has elevated conspiracy theorists, crackpots, and grifters to make life or death decisions about the health care of the American people.
But Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says the CDC didn't do its job, telling Democratic Senator Ron Wyden.
Senator, you've sat in that chair for how long? 20, 25 years, while the chronic disease in our children went up to 76%. And you said nothing.
Though some Republicans on the Senate panel also raised concerns about the firing of the CDC director and criticism of COVID vaccines, Kennedy insisting again he's not anti-vaccine and that he's not taking vaccines away. The State Department will not be allowed to refuse to issue passports based on gender identity. A federal appeals court just letting stand a judge's order against the new policy. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
He was accused of child molesting and intimidation. Sunny skies and 69 degrees in downtown Indy, lows in the mid-50s for tonight. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 5:02. That's what Marion County Prosecutor Ryan Mears said today. Charlie Buchanan committed abuse that happened between January of 2018 to September 2023 after a one-day court trial. Police found out about this after a body safety presentation at a school. During the Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, mental health experts say you need to be mindful of the resources that are out there. John Herrick reports.
This is a 93 WIBC News Spotlight.
Dr. Charlie Brooks is with Bloomington Meadows in Bloomington, Indiana, and he says there are evidence-based treatments available for those who are having suicidal thoughts.
The standard treatments of talk therapy and medication combinations are when we extend beyond family supports and social supports, of course.
At Bloomington Meadows, they have what's called Be the One To.
We say be the one to save a life. be committed to be a voice for suicide prevention and be willing to talk to people and take that time.
And above all,
never be afraid to ask for help. I know there's of course a stigma around that, and there just has been for years.
he says there's the 988 National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, the Veterans Crisis Line, and the Trevor Lifeline, which is the only 24/7 number to call for LGBTQ kids. With your WIBC News Spotlight, I'm John Herrick.
And Indianapolis Colts quarterback Daniel Jones says he is ready to begin the season on Sunday against the Miami Dolphins.
Nothing's more important than what you do on the field on Sundays. So, continue to focus on that and excited to get out there with these guys.
Jones says quarterbacks are judged by wins, and he believes he has a great group of guys on the team. Late Colts owner Jim Irsay will be recognized during halftime in the team's Ring of Honor. Kickoff is at 1 o'clock. You've got traffic and weather coming up in 1 minute. It's 5:04.
It's time. You've been putting off that kitchen or bath remodel long enough. What are you waiting for? Get started today with Boer Remodeling. Boer Remodeling customer Kathy had a bath remodel with Boer. Kathy, talk a little bit about your experience.
Our experience with Boer has been terrific. The process was so easy and seamless. When we decided to do a larger remodel of our first floor, Boer was the first company we thought of hiring.
And were you happy with the results?
The results are amazing, and we are so happy with our home and the work that Boer did.
Peter is another recent Boer Remodeling customer with a new kitchen. Peter, what was the best part about working with Boer?
We especially liked the active participation that we were able to have in selection of stone for the countertops. Really came out beautiful. The cabinets also came out very, very well.
The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. They'll guide you through the entire process. Start with a free consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. That's BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com.
You've got WIBC traffic at 5:05 with Matt Bear.
Downtown crash southbound 6570 in the south split on the exit to westbound 70 like you're going to the airport. The left lane is blocked, jamming up traffic back to the north split. We are delayed 21 minutes. And westbound 70 slows down at Rural, then jams into the north split. Eastbound 70 slow out of the north split to Rural Street. Eastbound 70 stop and go traffic into the south split from Tibbs. That's an 11-minute delay. East side southbound 465, 12-minute delay from 70 down to 74. Inbound 69 slows after 106th Street to 465. Crash on the southeast side. That's Raymond Street at Sherman Drive. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Honda of Fishers is now Great Lakes Honda of Fishers under new ownership. Visit them just off State Road 37 for special grand opening prices during their summer sales event. Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Here's the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Mostly clear for a Thursday night with lows in the mid-50s. We'll track spotty to scattered shower chances Friday afternoon and night with increasing clouds. Temperatures will warm into the mid-upper 70s with breezy winds. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on The Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock
All right. Help me out here, Hammer. Crime is down in Indianapolis, in Indy. Like new numbers. This is according to Garrett Burnquist. Channel 8, right? Wish TV.
Correct.
Is that
News partners?
Yeah, news partners, news gathering partners. New numbers from IMPD News show 84 murders in Indianapolis as of September 1st, lowest year to date since 2021. Again, that's Wish TV News, Garrett Burnquist.
Okay, that's interesting. You look at some more numbers here. Non-fatal shootings in Indianapolis down 15.5% compared to this time last year and 43% compared to 2021. Now, it's interesting they're choosing 2021 as the measuring stick here. That was still in the height of the COVID era.
Sure.
I feel like if you really want to get a good grasp on whether or not crime is down and how we're doing, compare it to pre-COVID. Compare it to 2019. because this just reeks of Joe Hogsett's office telling the IMPD and local media, hey, run with these numbers, but do it from 2021 when a lot of people were still freaked out about COVID. Not as many people were out, not as many people were on the streets. But if you really want a good representation, and I don't have the numbers in front of me, compare it to 2019. I'm not going to buy some victory lap from 2021. Compare it to pre-COVID, pre-riots, pre-George Floyd protest/riots. That's what the comparison needs to be. But we don't have those numbers. So with all due respect, and again, nobody loves law enforcement more than we do, I'm not doing a victory lap because it's not a record. And I say it all the time. I know I'm a broken record. You're not supposed to set a record every single year. The real reality is the biggest 5-year stretch of homicides in the history of Indianapolis have occurred the last 5 years under Joe Hogsett's watch. So you can tell me all you want. We're trending down. It's not a record. It's not supposed to be. And let me know when you've got the numbers compared to 2019.
Wait, remember when we were checking off all the boxes yesterday? A Tuesday night of all the double homicides and shootings. Maybe not double homicides, but there were homicides last night. There were double shootings, stabbings.
Sure.
It was on a Tuesday.
And that was just in a 4.5-hour stretch. It wasn't a full 24 hours. What we were talking about just occurred in 4.5 hours. Because the mayor's office has been so desperate to try to doctor these homicide numbers, even from the beginning of the year. Remember, they wanted the media to report homicides in a different way. Don't count self-defense. Don't count other things. Listen, if you want a fair representation, you have to account for everything, okay? I get self-defense. It's a good thing, right? What Eli Dicken did in Johnson County in the mall, technically that's a homicide, but it's a justifiable one. It's self-defense. Okay, nobody's going to jail for that, but it still counts in the statistics. But the mayor's office in Indy, and maybe even the prosecutor's office, they're so desperate for these numbers to go down, they're going to try to cook the books in any possible way. We're going to compare it to 2021. Oh, great. During COVID. Fantastic. Compare it to 2019, you gutless weenies. Then get back to us.
Compare it to Mayor Ballard's tenure.
Right.
That's not even close.
And I get Indy has grown in size.
Okay, that's yeah. All right, you take that into
But we're still outpacing
consideration.
Chicago in homicides per capita. That is not a reason to celebrate. You're outpacing Chicago in homicides per capita, and it's not by 1%. It's not by 5%. It's anywhere from 14 to 17%. That's a pretty big number. Listen, I know this guy might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I've always found Conor McGregor to be entertaining, right? Sometimes he says some
fighter?
controversial things. Yeah.
Oh, I like him.
He is announcing plans to run in Ireland's presidential election. He posted a video today basically saying that the leadership in Ireland right now, they don't have a grasp on immigration. They don't have a grasp on the homeless situation, and he wants to be the guy.
Good morning, citizens of Ireland. I'm here today outside the office of the Taoiseach and Taoiseach, where we are over 200 days into the formation of current government. In these times, this government has cost us our peace of mind, our security, our hope for the future, and the general well-being of Irish citizens nationwide has decreased dramatically, whereby we have seen the homelessness of Irish children risen to levels unprecedented. This incompetent failure of future generations has been accompanied with an intense influx of mass migration into an already severed system. Our tourism has sharply declined, while danger on our streets has risen. Ireland, as a master of martial combat, a solution-driven man, you will hear me speak on a problem but once. Then it is action towards solution. I urge all our citizens to be of the same. Today, Ireland, I am outside these gates of these appointed officials. But as your head of state, you empower me to enter these buildings on your behalf.
Hey, man, I kind of scoffed. Like, before you played this clip, I'll admit it, I caught myself doing it. Oh, yeah, come on. Conor McGregor. Okay, whatever. You can't do that anymore. Ever since Donald Trump did it in 2015, you can't do that anymore.
And he is passionate about his country.
And that,
say what you want about him, but he loves his country.
That was convincing.
And can you imagine, just play along with me, let's say hell freezes over and Conor McGregor becomes the head of state from Ireland. Can you imagine him sitting down at a meeting with Putin? Sitting down at a meeting with President Xi?
I don't know that he'd get those meetings.
Or maybe even Trump. I don't know. Like, I could see him meeting with Trump. He'll have a meeting with Trump. He'll be at the UFC fight at the White House that they're going to do next year, apparently. But I'd love to see it because that's a guy that doesn't want to put up with any crap. Great moments in Conor McGregor history. This is when he was doing the press conference for his fight with Floyd Mayweather. And Floyd Mayweather, who has a hard time reading, came onto the stage, and he had a backpack, and it was noticed by Conor McGregor.
He's 40! You're 40 years of age! Dress your f***ing age! Carrying a school bag on stage! What are you doing with a school bag on stage? You can't even read!
Now, again...
And he was chastised for being a racist for saying that.
Right.
Like saying somebody can't read, all of a sudden you're racist.
Okay, so I'm glad you're bringing that up. This next clip, great moments in Conor McGregor history. Keep in mind, this is somebody that wants to become the president of Ireland and meet with dignitaries and have a foreign policy plan in place. After that controversy of Floyd Mayweather, he was asked whether or not he's a racist. This was his answer at a press conference.
A lot of media seem to be saying I'm against black people. That's absolutely ridiculous. Do they not know I'm half black? Yeah! I'm half black from the belly button down.
Great moments in Conor McGregor history.
Right?
I think a lot of that was show. It's a lot of theatrics. And that's how he made his money.
That's all it is.
Right.
Yes.
Glorified WWE, right? More realistic WWE. That's what the UFC is.
Absolutely.
And he made a lot of money. Made a lot of money for other people, too. All right, Matt Baer, what's up?
Downtown southbound 6570 crash clear in the south split, still jammed up to the north split, still jammed back to Rural Street on westbound 70. Also a crash coming in on westbound 70, and it's at Rural Street. 2 right lanes are blocked, and that's slowing us down as we make our way into the other delay. Eastbound 70 stop traffic coming in from Tibbs Avenue to the south split. That's a 7-minute delay. East side southbound 465 stop and go after Penn Pike down to Washington Street. Northbound lane slow after 70 up to Penn Pike. On the northwest side, northbound 465 stop and go traffic 79th up to 865. Crash south side. This is Raymond at Sherman. Traffic sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Sunshine 69 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. And right now, we need 107 people, just 107, jump to the WIBC YouTube feed right now and give us a like, give us a thumbs up. Help us get to 200. What a great way to kickstart the weekend eve here on Thursday. That's what we call it, the weekend eve. 107 awesome, sexy, patriotic Hoosiers and those listening abroad. We love you too. 107 more. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up on the WIBC YouTube chat. When we come back, a spirited round of Are You Okay With This? Followed by Rob Kendall Off the Rails. You don't want to miss it. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use, now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Hammer here for my friends up at Diamonds Direct. Keystone at the Crossing, right there by the Green Bridge. My guy Neve, he's the manager, the most friendly dude you will ever speak with. And his style of leadership rubs off on that staff. The staff is amazing, personal, friendly. Once you start working with a representative there, they learn about you. They learn who your family is. They learn what's important to you. And I love that connection. It's the customer service at Diamonds Direct that keeps bringing me back. Chris is the young lady that I work with. She's my sales rep up there, and she always makes sure that I get the biggest bang for my dollar, but I don't go over my budget. That's important for a lot of people. There's no pressure, no stress with the sales staff at Diamonds Direct. And right now, when you walk through that beautiful showroom, and guys, if you buy an engagement ring, you get the wedding band for free. Now, this deal is only for a limited time, so you got to hustle. Get to Diamonds Direct, buy that engagement ring, get the wedding band for free. But you got to tell the sales rep that you heard about it from Hammer, from the Hammer and Nigel show.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-757-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Kirby Heating and Air, your American Standard air dealer, serving Hendricks and surrounding counties.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show. Oh, yeah! Oh, Hammer, MTV is playing music videos again, 24/7.
All right.
From now until the MTV Video Music Awards Sunday, sort of. Not on their main channel, but MTV2, MTV Live, MTV Classic. Are you okay with all of this?
No, I was excited at first.
Yeah.
MTV's going back to music, right? They're putting the M back into MTV, which is literally music. But you're telling me it's only to promote their awards, which they're still doing for some reason, and it's not even on the main network. It's on MTV The Ocho, or whatever the hell they've got over there now. No! This is ridiculous. Listen, we can point to a lot of things that began the fall of society, right? Social media, the internet. But when MTV stopped playing music and it just became a safe haven for crappy reality shows, that was it. It's okay to have a crappy reality show from time to time. Everybody's got a vice.
The Real World.
Real World was super successful. Remember the game show they used to have on MTV? They had Remote Control.
A few of them.
Singled Out, all those dating shows. Jenny McCarthy, Young Jenny was on MTV. But you had to have a little music, and that completely went away. Now, I don't even know if artists still make videos. I think they just do stuff and put it out on their social media feeds.
Yeah.
Allison, when Taylor Swift puts out a new release, does she do a video like back in the day?
She does release a music video usually with the album, but it's all on YouTube now. I mean, that's where they make their money.
Okay, so they make the videos, but they're out on YouTube
Yeah.
and social media. So MTV is trying to do some sort of like trick on people. Hey, Gen Xers, boomers, we're playing music again. Narrator, not on the main network.
Well, MTV, I mean, Beavis and Butthead, was that like the first departure away from the music video genre on that station?
I mean, Remote Control and The Real World were before Beavis and Butthead.
You think
weren't
so?
they? Yeah.
Okay.
The Real World, technically, you could argue was the first real reality show.
Like the San Francisco guys.
San Francisco. There was a crazy Vegas season.
Yeah. Wow.
And then if you think about it, the guy that's currently the head of the Department of Transportation, Sean Duffy, he was a Real World character. And his wife, who is an anchor at Fox News, she was on a different season. They met doing one of those all-star Real World seasons. The Miz, WWE wrestler, he started on the Real World.
Man, I did like even though I loved the music videos, I did love MTV Cribs. I thought that was fascinating.
Cribs was interesting. Pimp My Ride, remember that?
Yeah.
Pimp My Ride.
Yeah.
All of those shows used to air, but there were also blocks of music. You had Yo MTV Raps, Headbangers Ball.
Yes.
Where's Ricky Rockman at now? Remember that dude?
He's around somewhere. He's got that big hair still.
Adam Curry, he used to have the big hair as well. I think he's on Sirius XM hosting shows, but no, I'm not falling for this. This is a big nothing burger from MTV.
Okay, the LA Clippers owner reportedly paid star player Kawhi Leonard $28 million for a no-show job to get around the NBA salary cap. What, you're going to have to explain this to me. Are you okay with this?
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So the owner of the Clippers, super rich dude, Steve Ballmer, like the guy that just made one of the great arenas in America, like screens all the way around. It's state of the art. It's probably the best state of the art arena in the country. He wanted to get Kawhi Leonard to sign on his team. And at the time, Kawhi Leonard, one of the best players in the league. He's aged a little bit now, been some injuries, but they didn't have a lot of room left on the salary cap. There's a salary cap in the NBA. And if you go over it, you've got to pay this thing called the luxury tax.
Sure.
Owners hate the luxury tax. Yeah. I don't think the Pacers have ever gone into the luxury tax. So what Steve Ballmer is being reported of doing is telling Kawhi Leonard, all right, sign a deal for this amount of money. That's going to be from the LA Clippers. But what if I got you endorsement for this tree company that I own over here for $25 million? Would you endorse and take a job with my tree company for $25 million? To which Kawhi Leonard was like, hell yeah, I would. And now the tree company has gone bankrupt. It no longer exists, but Kawhi got his money, and they're looking into it now because they think this may be a trend in the NBA. The reporter that broke the story, Pablo Torre, reports today that they're now looking at the New York Knicks for doing the same thing, for getting Jalen Brunson to sign, creating some sort of shell company and say, we'll make you part of the board or an endorser of it. This is something totally separate from your NBA money, wink, wink. And they paid him $25 million.
Does he still get to play? Or
yeah.
No?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dear Lord. Oh, yeah, there's something shady there for sure.
Now, the league is looking into it right now. They've never really had this situation. But when was the last time, like, an owner, other than the previous Clippers owner, who was wildly racist, got disciplined, right?
Yeah.
These are the guys that pay for the commissioner and pay for the league. So, yeah, keep an eye on this. Kawhi Leonard signing a $25 million endorsement deal for a tree company.
Have you seen the new full-length trailer for actor Glenn Powell's comedy Chad Powers?
Yes.
Glenn Powell played. He was in Maverick. He
good-looking guy. Was in Twisters.
Yeah, he was in Twisters. Plays a hotshot quarterback. Blew a championship game, but tries out for another college team in disguise. Here's part of the trailer. It looks hilarious.
Son, it's time to face it. Your football career is over.
Georgia is going to win a championship. What was Holiday thinking?
It's time for you to move on.
There's just one problem, Dad. I'm not done with football. South Georgia's having open tryouts. I'm going to do a Mrs. Doubtfire, but with football. Chad, why don't you remind the game day viewers where you're from?
So
I
this is
think it looks hilarious.
total like comedy, right? If you're expecting this to be some sort of well put together like streaming series, it ain't that. Now Glenn Powell's an amazing actor. He's up there on the A-lister list right now. He's super hot in terms of actors you're putting in movies.
Huge.
But this was a playoff of what Eli Manning did.
Yeah.
He wore a
That's
disguise
right.
and tried to try out for Penn State's football team for his ESPN show and became this homely-looking, trashy nerd named Chad Powers. So they took that idea and they made this decent-looking dude look like some kid, rock-looking guy.
Yeah, he looks like an idiot. He looks like Joe Dirt.
And I think Eli Manning is in the series. It's a total tongue-in-cheek play on the whole thing.
I can't wait to watch it.
Don't take it too seriously. Go in there with that mindset, and you'll get a cheap laugh out of it. Hey, speaking of cheap, Rob Kendall is standing by.
no.
One of the cheapest men I know.
Oh, my goodness.
He's a Chicago Bears fan. He refuses to get cable, so he mooches off his dad when the Bears play football games. He is getting ready to go off the rails. That's coming up right after a look at the news.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
President Trump has threatened to send the National Guard to Chicago. Sunny skies and 69 degrees in downtown Indy. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 5:30, and that's to combat crime. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says boots could be on the ground by the weekend.
We believe that they are going to be fully assembled by tomorrow and then can begin operations after that. And again, we heard that that would begin early on Saturday morning.
He also plans to sue the Trump administration. He also said ICE agents are staging at a naval station nearby to operate in Chicago. Anderson leaders are expecting a $5 million drop in property tax revenue by 2028. The Anderson mayor says that's about 10% of the city's $43 million budget, and leaders are already exploring ways to absorb the hit without cutting services.
That's why we're going to be very aggressive on making sure that we have all the funding necessary that we can keep the number of folks that we have working here.
He tells Wish TV the new law gives homeowners a 10% credit, but trims important deductions, which means cities will collect less in property taxes. Hawaii Governor Josh Green says the state is joining a coalition with other West Coast states like California and Oregon. The group is pushing back against Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s policies and plans to give people consistent science-based guidance on vaccines and public health. The robots are here. That's the message from First Lady Melania Trump. Children who are using AI need to get ready for that.
We saw at a big event about a new task force on educating people about AI, the third pillar of the First Lady's plan. We had, of course, Be Best, which is the anti-cyber bullying campaign. Then there was the Take It Down Act, which makes illegal the publishing of non-consensual materials or deep fakes online. And now there's this big AI task force. This is what she said about it.
We are living in a moment of wonder, and it is our responsibility to prepare children in America.
Fox's Peter Ducey reporting. The White House is also hosting tech CEOs Mark Zuckerberg, Tim Cook, and Sam Altman. With traffic at 5:32, here's Matt Bear.
All right, looking at eastbound 70, that's jammed up from Belmont into the South Split, and then westbound 70 crashed it clear at Rural. Still stop-and-go traffic after Rural into the North Split, and then making your way southbound 6570 downtown. 12-minute delay from the North Split to the South Split, and inbound 65 stop-and-go traffic from 29th at 2 Meridian Penn. Crash cleanup continues on the entrance from West Street to southbound 65. That ramp is open. West side crash southbound 465 to I-74 Crawfordsville Road, and that ramp is open. The crash is in the left lane. Be careful on your exit, please. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at drexelin.com. Visit drexelin.com for your free interior designer. Visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Here's the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We're in for a mostly clear Thursday night with temperatures dropping into the mid-50s. Friday will showcase increasing clouds ahead of our next system. We'll track the potential for spotty to scattered showers in the afternoon, nighttime hours. Friday overall will also be a warmer day with breezy winds as highs get into the mid to upper 70s, which is still below normal for this time of the year. Saturday, we're back to being cooler with some sunshine as highs only get into the lower 70s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!"
And now, Hammer and Nigel go off the rails with Rob Kendall.
Noise pollution.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hamer right over there. Also joining us live in studio, Rob Kendall from the award-winning Kendall and Casey Show. Rob, how are you?
Great. Thanks as always to our segment sponsor, Garage Doors of Indianapolis.
Boy, you really don't like those data centers, do you?
Evil.
You and Terry, I heard Terry Stacy going off on the data centers over the weekend.
When you've
on her
lost
Sunday show.
Terry Stacy, you have lost the heart and soul of Indiana.
Tell me, what are these data? What are they? What's coming to Indiana that everybody's so afraid of?
Well, they're massive buildings, right? I mean, these companies, whether it's Google, like the one in Franklin Township, or many others, they're buying.
There's Meta coming in Lebanon, right?
Yes, to the Leap District. They take up hundreds of acres of farmland, oftentimes premium farm ground, and they're just massive dystopian-looking buildings that just basically, serve processors, right? They require massive amounts of resources. They don't really employ people, 30 to 50 jobs for this, these entire complexes,
really?
Whatever. And my point is, if you're not creating good, high-paying jobs for Hoosiers, and that's the big part, right? For people who live here. So often we hear these jobs, and then they become HB1 visa workers from foreign countries, or they become people who come from out of state and move here. The jobs need to be for Hoosiers to lift them up and lift up their lifestyles. But you don't have that here. You just have a massive building that sucks massive amounts of water and electricity, which makes all of those more expensive and rarer if you can get them for Hoosiers. And they get these property tax abatements. They get these sweetheart deals from the Indiana Economic Development Corporation. And in many cases, you're talking decades before this thing finally starts paying for itself. So what value is it, to the community?
Dead.
Exactly. Don't tell me what something's going to... Look, I'm middle-aged now. I've passed 40. I am getting to the point where there could be more yesterdays than tomorrows. I'm not interested in 30 years. I was interested in 30 years 20 years ago.
Right.
Like, tell me what it's going to do for me now, and I don't see much benefit on any of this.
We played the audio earlier in our program of Governor Braun coming in our studio and talking about how much water is needed for one of these things. Where in Indiana do we have that much water as a surplus to where we could fund one of these big Google centers, so to speak?
Well, that's what's interesting, and somebody emailed me this, and looked into it, and it adds up. One of the reasons that I'm so against these are all the giveaways. If you'd have talked, you said, okay, a $1 billion building is going to come in and immediately pay 3%. Okay, it's a different conversation, right? But you're talking about whether the property tax abatements, the incentives, the giveaways, when the reality is there's only so many places these data centers can go. They don't really have the pick of where they go because they need two things. They need large amounts of ground, farm ground. So that rules out, you going to New York City, and you need immediate access to water, which we have because of the Great Lakes, et cetera. That's the prize. The farm ground, the ability to the space, and the natural resources. We shouldn't be giving these people any financial incentives. If they're going to come here, you need us more than we need you. And yet these Mensa people that run the IEDC in these communities are giving away the farm. No pun intended.
But for the one that was supposed to be in Indianapolis, right? The one that the city county councils all said, we don't want any part of, which we'll get into here in just a moment. Where's the water source for that?
Well, if you saw what they proposed, like in Lebanon with LEAP, they're going to take it from somebody else and run it to them. I mean, you'll run out of it eventually. I mean, we are in a crisis point in central Indiana, which within the next several decades, there's a potential we're going to run out of water. They're going to have to do something to get water to central Indiana. The water shortage, though, is brought on and has just become a thing the past couple decades because of the irresponsible growth. I'm talking not just these massive warehouses and data centers, et cetera. I'm talking the high-density housing developments that are being built on every street corner in these donut counties. We have so irresponsibly. Why can we never get caught up on traffic? Why is 465 always under construction? Why is 65 always under construction? Because we're continually trying to play catch-up with the irresponsible growth. And the reality is this. Property taxes have never been higher. Your utility bills have never been higher. Gas taxes have never been higher. I thought all this growth was supposed to be so great. If it's so great, why do we keep getting taxed more to pay for the growth?
Are they touting jobs as part of these data centers? We're going to bring these data centers in, man, and we're going to bring in the jobs. There's going to be so many jobs for Hoosiers. I heard you mention earlier that, one of these warehouses, however many millions of square feet they are, have 30 to 50 people in them?
They're touting apathy from the public, which it's BSOs, bright, shiny objects. They think they're going to go to a ribbon cutting. People are going to see $1 billion building.
Yeah.
And they're not going to look into the actual details of it, which is, this is nothing other than a building. And if it's just a building, then that means the only value to it is the property tax it pays. And the property tax it pays, for the most part, will stay in the community in which it's housed. So, like the one they're proposing out in Monrovia, they're going to take my tax money, potentially, if the IEDC is involved in it, and use my tax money to attract them to come here. But all the property tax, which, by the way, the people in Monrovia are vehemently against the data center, but all that money would stay in Morgan County. I wouldn't get anything out of it. Our money is being used to attract these companies, both foreign and domestic, to suck our resources. And Governor Braun doesn't seem to understand, or maybe he does now, which that's so bizarre, too, that he's now talking about a lack of resources after he just signed on to a bill and signed it into law that will make utilities infinitely more expensive. Now they're going, oh, wow, the utility prices are really out of control. It's just a colossal mess.
Before we get to Governor Braun and your rage social media postings of last night.
Saw that, yeah.
Keep it here in Central Indy. Boss Hogsett is all in on the data centers, right? He may have a little financial skin in the game here, right? The $1 million consulting fee for the people that want to bring it in. Like, it's so crooked and so dirty. But all of the counselors, I don't know if this is like the end of the Grinch where his heart grew 3 sizes that day. All of the counselors, including the butt sniffers and the folks that, love Hogsett and all that stuff, every one of them have said no.
I think the public has started to become aware. And I think, look, I don't think you should underscore the big part this radio station has played in the public becoming aware of the potential damage these data centers are going to do. And I think the opposition is so overwhelming that even the people that are in the Hogsett camp just couldn't or didn't want to fight it because the people are so mad about this. You're talking thousands of people who signed this petition, hundreds of people showing up to these meetings. Here's what I can't figure out, though. Okay, you did it here. Good job, boys and girls. You pushed back on Hogsett. Now, why don't you band together like this and figure out where this guy was during the riots? Why don't you band together on crap like the Thomas Carl Cook investigation? You can do it. You've just proved you can do it.
My favorite thing is when Counselor Carlino said, yes, sexual harassment is bad and people need to be held accountable. And then she got yelled at behind the scenes. and did a complete 180 the following week.
Oh, yeah, they're scared to death, guys. They're scared to death of Hawks, and I don't get why, because he's personally a dumpster fire. He's a horrible mayor. His life, personally and professionally, the way he's run the city is in complete turmoil, and yet they're all afraid of him. Does he have nudes of everyone? I don't get it.
Well, Thomas Carl Cook may have taken those. I don't know. Allegedly some shenanigans.
That's his ace in the hole right there.
Right.
Look, the good on them for doing this. It's the right thing to do. All of these data centers need to go down. They need to fail. We need to get rid of them. And people need to pay attention to this, because even if you don't live in Monrovia or Franklin Township, they don't go away. They're like Jason Voorhees. You can bury them at sea. You can put them underground. You can chop them in half. You can light them on fire. They'll just go to the next place. They'll keep moving until they find somebody to accept them. You need to wake up no matter where you're at in central Indiana.
Why did legislature, people in power, these town councils, why do they want them?
Is uninformed stupidity an answer? I mean, look, I think these people get enamored with the price of the building. And I think it's easy when you look at a $1 billion building and the amount of taxes it would pay at the 3%.
Gotcha.
But I don't think these people think it through logically. Look, you've got the legislature who's totally in the tank, and don't underscore how much the big utilities want this, because they'll supply the power to it.
Ooh.
And as the Indy Star and others have laid out, a lot of these lawmakers are totally in bed with the big utility companies who are monopolies. And so don't underscore that. The utility companies desperately want this because of the amount of money they'll be able to charge once they're here.
All right. Talking more about this, because I think people are learning an awful lot about what these really are and what the long-term effects are going to be. Can you come back for one more segment?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Going off the rails with Rob Kendall. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
When people think sleep apnea, they think CPAP. Now at Advent, we do all we can to help sleep apnea sufferers avoid the CPAP machine. And most sleep apnea sufferers who come to Advent are going to be able to avoid a CPAP altogether. Our unique Advent approach using simple in-office solutions can get your nose working and throat open all under one roof. You see, the root of every snoring and obstructive sleep apnea problem lies within the throat, nose, or both. At Advent, we know when we get the nose and throat working properly, most snoring and sleep apnea problems will subside. And we have the most simple and convenient, ultra-effective in-office solutions that can do just that. And this is why people have traveled by planes, trains, and automobiles from corners of the world you would never think of to find the sleep apnea and snoring relief you won't find elsewhere.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Most insurance accepted.
Garage Doors of Indianapolis has been a local, family-owned and operated business for nearly 50 years and helps keep central Indiana's economy strong by employing over 70 families. Garage Doors of Indianapolis stands by their products and services while they share and embrace our conservative values. So when you have garage door problems, call them today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis, 875-4577, 875-4577, or visit doorstoday.com.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
The IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series is coming back to Columbus, September 3rd through the 6th. Kids 12 and under free. Get your tickets now at IHRA.com.
Kirby Heating. We have over 40 years of experience to help during your time of need. Call or go to KirbyHeating.com.
Kirby Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Join Tony Katz Saturday, September 13th from 3 till 7 p.m. at Premier Arms. Enjoy free food, drinks, and mystery bags, plus live and silent auctions, all to benefit veteran suicide awareness. Don't miss this great cause and a great time.
Matt Baer has a look at the roads.
Yeah, West 79th Street on the northwest side, that's jammed up between Georgetown Road and Michigan Road. A crash is reported in the area. Southbound 6570 delayed 4 minutes. North split to the south split. And northbound 65 at west, that's a stall on the entrance ramp from Meridian to northbound 65. That ramp is open, partially blocked. Inbound 65 delayed 6 minutes from MLK to Meridian Pet. Eastbound 75-minute delay. Harding into the south split. South side northbound 65 stop and go traffic from Raymond Street into the south split. That's construction. West side crash southbound 465 at the end of the ramp to Crawfordsville Road is blocking the left lane or turn lane, and traffic is a little bit slow back to 38th and slow again on southbound 465 from Crawfordsville Road down to West 10th Street. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors, the place to go for upgrading your kitchen, bath, or flooring. Schedule your free design consultation at DrexelIN.com. Visit DrexelIN.com for your free interior design or visit their showrooms today. Go where the pros go. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
68 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center at 93 WIBC. Back with Rob Kendall, host of the #1 rated Kendall and Casey show, 9 to noon here at 93 WIBC. So Governor Braun came on our program a couple weeks ago and said, hey, these data centers, if America doesn't get on board, China is going to pass everybody up in this. You're going to lose a lot of money. However, they require a lot of resources, a lot of water, a lot of energy, things that maybe states like Indiana might not have. But now Governor Braun is calling for AES and some of these other folks to think about lowering their prices. He's put together his special fact-finding commission, like we saw in the movie Revenge of the Nerds, when Stan Gable and Betty Childs were trying to figure out what happened to the Tri-Lambs. A fact-finding commission to see why these rates are so freaking high.
Here's the problem, though. He's either a habitual liar or suffered some sort of head injury, because he just signed a bill this legislative session that gives these utilities basically carte blanche to Dr. Frankenstein with these SMRs, these small modular reactors, this unproven science, and 80% of the investment, up to 80% of the investment, comes back to on the ratepayer, whether it succeeds or not.
Yeah, if it works or not.
So how, on one hand, can you say, "Oh, I'm so concerned about the ratepayer," when we were begging him not to sign this bill just a couple months ago?
Is this what you were rage tweeting about last night, like one right after the other?
I just kept getting more mad because I kept seeing articles. I just kept seeing new things, and it kept making me more and more mad about this.
I asked Rob this morning, Nigel, were you drunk and tweeting like Nigel does sometimes? I thought, because normally when you post about your enemies, it's different people, one right after the other. This was post after post after post about Governor Braun.
Go back to that one part where you said whether it works or not. What are these things? What did you call them? SMRs?
SMR, small modular reactors.
Whether they work or not, we're still on the hook?
It's nuclear power. It's experimental nuclear power. There's not a single place in this country that I'm aware of you can point to where these things are powering the area that they're at. They're still 10, 20 years away. They're treating it like, the politicians are treating it like it's some magic bullet. It's nothing. And this bill Braun signed into law allows these companies to do all this research and development and with these SMRs, and whether it works or not, you have to pay for it.
Wow.
Then, so there's that part of it. And then his new and improved IEDC board, the first thing they did was approve incentives for 4 data centers. So you're claiming to be so concerned about the ratepayer and, we got to put this new person in, we got to revamp this board. But you're literally doing time and again things that are causing the utility rates to go up. So I don't believe for a second he's actually concerned about the ratepayers.
You almost have to tip your hat to the balls of AES because they were raising rates before it was cool. They didn't need a new fancy data center excuse. They just wanted to give you a middle finger and say, screw you. That's why.
Here's the issue. Braun has admitted on your program and others, he is but a subservient to the Indiana General Assembly. He told you guys about the special session on redistricting. Well, whatever they want to do. If we have the votes, I'll call it. If not, I won't. He said during the property tax thing, I'm not going to go into the General Assembly and call a special session. The problem is the General Assembly is in bed with these public utilities. They are totally subservient to them.
And they're led by dudes who are bought and paid for.
Bought and sold, right. So I don't believe for a second that Braun is going to grow a pair on the utilities when he won't stand up to the General Assembly on anything else.
Who am I betting on this weekend?
Whoever I didn't tell you to, that's for sure.
Oh, you've had a good run.
You've been on fire.
Yeah, it's fine. It was fine. The college football's been fine. Look, we got the Bears and the Vikings on Monday Night Football. Boy, you having to choose between J.J. McCarthy and Caleb Williams. They probably do that at Guantanamo Bay. It's probably one of the punishments they give you. You've got action tonight. I love your bet tonight.
But we could get those picks on the
Yes. Degenerates Next Door Sports Betting Podcast, wherever you get your podcast. I love the game you have tonight, though. I would have much rather had the Eagles and the Cowboys rather than the Bears and the Vikings.
Free picks from us and professionals, Degenerates Next Door. Special thanks to
Garage Doors of Indianapolis. You guys are the best.
He's off the rails. That's Rob Kendall. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $300 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spread, totals, player props.
$300 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. TNCs apply. In-app only.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
The Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show is this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. For hunting, sporting, and personal protection gear, visit the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show.
Weekday mornings at 7:15, the Tony Katz Popcorn Moment. Brought to you by Boer Remodeling. Don't wait any longer for the kitchen you've been dreaming of. Request a consultation at boerremodeling.com.
Puccini's Pizza, Pasta, Puccini's. Puccini's Pizza, Pasta.